nervous to do it. He's like, I don't want to do it because he knew we would be putting him on out to fail. Like he knew the best television would be him flop sweating and failing. Yeah. We knew he had a great proclivity to do that. We wanted him to do that. He saw the okey doke coming. Okay, that's what I'm saying to you. And but we said you got to do it. Yeah. So he did it, and it happened. That's not which made it that much sweeter.
It was so funny.
None of that is how he wrote it either.
What do you mean?
Like he showed me his idea. I don't remember the original, but 2 seconds in, he was off script. He just started.
Yeah, that's well, we knew it. He said it when he had this idea sitting all alone at home with friends.
Yeah. Right.
Which when you're sitting home alone
with all your friends,
you don't have with all your friends. Like we as soon as he said that, I'm like, okay, the Del Tufo I was hoping was going to show.
Okay.
John, can you hear us?
Okay, so it says we're on before the growl, but I'm looking and I see nothing on YouTube. So are we doing this for no one, Emily?
I thought we would be doing it for somebody. Are we going?
Oh, there you are.
Oh, we are going. There we go. Hey. John.
So, this before the. Go ahead.
I was like, John, you are sleep deprived and in San Antonio. Is that correct?
Both things true. In the weirdest hotel we have stayed in years.
What makes it weird?
This place is. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try and take this thing. All right. So this place used to be a brewery. Okay.
Okay.
So can you guys see?
Andy, are you on the YouTube right now?
I'm going to it right now.
Okay.
I'm going to be in the dark all day. Okay, so here was the deal. We normally stay in this really nice spot in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
And because we were coming in on the second night of a back-to-back, and we weren't going to be here for very long, the regular hotel didn't have enough room for us. So we have this really good travel coordinator, this guy Daniel Alonzo. He's fantastic. And so Daniel goes, okay, I'll find us a hotel. So he found us this place. I think, Andy, this place may have been in the Alamo. Davy Crockett may have stayed at this hotel.
I will say, as somebody who has worked in 2 different microbreweries in my time, those ceiling beams scream microbrewery. Like it's got the microbrewery look.
Oh yeah. So I'm on a Laker announcer group text. So and so we text each other every time we go on a road trip. I'll just read you some of this. Okay. I prefer hotel rooms when I can walk around and not be violently gashed and pulverized by jagged load-bearing beams. I also prefer hotel rooms where I don't have to hear other people flushing their toilets. I literally just heard someone cough in the room next door. How is that possible? Is this a bullet hole? Okay, so Andy, you've watched The West Wing, right?
A couple episodes. I did not watch regularly. No.
All right, so you're not into it. I'm staying in the steam trunk distribution room. Only people that know. If Travis were here, he would know what that meant. It's just very, very old, and anything could happen for the next 3 hours. I'm prepared for anything.
Maybe you should put on a helmet just in case flying objects, falling debris.
Well, you guys may see me die live on the air. That'd be good. But you probably wouldn't because it's so dark in this room. I'm surprised you guys can see me at all.
Yeah.
Actually, you're lit pretty well, John. We can see you pretty easily.
Okay, well, that's Andy's. That's because, look, I've got this light. I got this spotlight literally right next to my head.
Is it a ring light?
If I didn't have this, I think it's kind of it's like a ring light, but if I didn't have it, I would look like Michael. I'd be really dark. But we will power through it. And by the way, I'm still mad. Andy, I appreciate you coming in today. Thank you for doing this.
Sure.
But I'm still mad at Morales, who inexplicably, when Mason was in the building yesterday, goes, "Yeah, you don't sound good. Why don't you go home?" That's like telling Zion Williamson, you don't look good. Why don't you take the rest of this game off? Does he not realize Zion is now going to take a month off.
Well, John, did you hear this morning?
That's
Chris.
Mason. Do you know how hard it is to get Mason in the building?
Right. Chris almost did that with Sedano today. Sedano is here, and then he said, "Hey, Sedano, your voice doesn't sound very great. Just take a segment off."
I mean, look here. If you're looking for
I've determined this. Go ahead, Andy.
If you're looking for the common thread, this took place on a live imaging Tuesday and on a morning show that Chris is a part of. What's the commonality? More airtime for Chris. Like, this is not difficult to figure out.
That's exactly where I was going. Yeah, why don't we just put Morales on at 7 in the morning and leave him on until 7 at night?
Don't threaten him with a good time.
No, I seriously think that's what he would want.
You think it's what he wants? That's all the evidence is that was what he wants.
This a million times. I've tried for years to cancel Lit. I don't understand it. I don't know why we do it. And so, but then I realized it's because Chris wants to be on the air desperately. But now that he has his own show, shouldn't we be able to cancel Lit now?
That is.
Or does Chris need to be on 2 shows on or actually it would be 4 shows on Tuesday?
Well, it is now sponsored. Lit is sponsored, and our partners do rule the day. So I think that might be staying.
I think in Chris's mind,
so could I take Tuesdays off?
I would prefer that if that didn't happen.
I'm the only one around here who's working.
You do work a lot.
Christmas, Brian and I covered the whole thing. Mason comes back. He needs a vacation from his vacation. Then Morales takes the con and commandeers the entire station for a day. He sent Mason home yesterday. He tried to send Sedano home today. Get him in here so he can send me home.
We're connecting the dots here, all right? So I think it's time for us to wrap up before the growl for the show.
Okay, well, I got a lot of Lakers stuff I'm going to throw at you right out of the gate, so be ready.
I will.
All right, we'll be back. Real show starts in 2 minutes.
Vodka. Smooth, creamy, no burn, made from non-GMO potatoes and gluten-free with no added sugar, just 64 calories an ounce. Blue Ice Vodka, because taste matters.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, crowd rocking for Rotolo Chevrolet's top hitter, Mike Capozio. He's facing off with the Bulldog, and these two have quite the history. Here's the pitch. Oh, he got all of it. That ball is out of here like a red Corvette, and it's going, and going, and going. Yes!
Dad, are you having that dream again?
Come see what the fun is all about at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's hottest card room. Pre-game with friends on game days inside Century Bar and Grill and enjoy daily lunch specials or catch up over a late-night dinner. Step into Ray's Lounge and enjoy live music, DJs on the weekends, and savory crafted cocktails. The only spot where you can park, party, and play 24/7. Hollywood Park Casino now open. Located next to the Forum at SoFi Stadium and the all-new Intuit Dome. For more info, go to playhpc.com or follow them at PlayHPC. Must be 21 plus to enter.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Laker fans, are you juggling work and family, chasing big goals while keeping everything else on track? You're in Ander, and National University gets it. That's why they have flexible online courses, career-focused programs, and real support for busy students who do it all. Whether you're building a career, raising a family, or going after your next big win, NU helps you crush your end game and your end game. Make your move at nu.edu.
The most followed sports radio station in America.
710 ESPN.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Los Angeles is offering buy one, get one 50% off and everyday 0% financing. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
My name's Brian Windhurst, and I've seen a lot of good offense in my life. If you're looking to initiate some offense of your own against your high-interest credit card debt, I'm letting you know a SoFi personal loan might be the play. A SoFi personal loan could be quite the triple threat with low fixed rates, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. View your rate for a SoFi personal loan at SoFi.com/offense. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/offense.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles. Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Wednesday afternoon.
I don't know where these sounds are coming from. Everybody's on my nerves today. Everybody's on my nerves.
Are you going to sit there and just take it? Let's get to it. Your Wednesday afternoon. Mason and Ireland right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, Bill. Morales ruined yesterday's show, and he sent Mason home. And as soon as he did it, I said, well, that means Mason's out tomorrow, too. Now, we just got a text from him that he got in to see Dr. Sugarman. And anytime I've gone in to see Dr. Sugarman, he's the guy you go to when you have a game like that night. So, Mace, if Mace follows Dr. Sugarman's instructions, I think he'll be back tomorrow. The big question, Andy Kamenetsky in for Mace, Brian's here, Emily's here. Do you have faith that Mason will follow Dr. Sugarman's directions exactly?
I actually do, because as much crap as we give Mace about the amount of time that he misses and that he's always looking for his vacations, he does enjoy being on air at times when it feels like we are most listened to and watched. And the top of a calendar year, particularly with the NBA in full swing, NFL playoffs going on, this feels like a moment where Mace would want the spotlight. So I think he's going to listen to Dr. Sugarman.
All right, so we'll find out tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. In the meantime, we appreciate you being here, Andy, because now I have to talk in code because Bergman has all these rules now. But Andy hosts a daily podcast about the Lakers, which I'm not allowed to mention, with his brother Brian, that you can find anywhere. Just Google Andy Kamenetsky podcast. How's that, Greg? That'll meet you in the middle. And so Andy talks to Laker fans every day, watches every Laker game like I do. And I want to start here, Andy. I'm very happy and excited that the Lakers are 23-11. My question is, how? How do they have the fourth best record in the NBA? They're a bottom 5 defensive team. They regularly give up 60 points in the paint. They often get out-rebounded. They rank 26th out of 30 teams. And they struggle almost every night from 3. They rank 25th out of 30. But they win. And this isn't a small sample size, Andy. This isn't 10 games. All right? This is basically 35 games. And they're tied for the fourth best record in the NBA. How?
The number one reason, and this is going to sound like a backhanded compliment, but it's not. It actually is something really important. They are 16-3 against teams below 500. And that is actually how even great teams, even elite teams, they stack wins. You beat the teams that you are supposed to beat. The Lakers don't always, I would say they typically do not dominate against teams that are below 500. Part of the, the 13-0 that they are in clutch time, a lot of those wins are against sub-500 teams, meaning even against some of the lower competition, they will end up in dogfights down the stretch. But bottom line, they're not losing the games that they're supposed to win. They also are undefeated, as I like to say, for losing in double digits. Like, they only lose by double figures. They often have their asses handed to them.
I think all 11 losses have been. Yeah, I think all 11 losses have been by double digits.
They absolutely are.
But I mean, I've been doing this a long time. So have you. I mean, we were around when Kobe was a rookie, and we've been there ever since. I've never seen a team like this. I've never seen a team this bad defensively, this bad from 3, don't even attempt to guard the paint. Like, it's a layup line, Andy, and dunk lines. Yet,
sadly, I think, John, they do attempt to guard the paint. This is just what happens when they're trying.
Okay, but here's my theory. And you tell me what you think of it. They have 3 closers. They have LeBron, they have Luka, and they have Austin. For whatever reason, people will tend to double Luka and LeBron, and that's when Austin takes over. You know, Austin's already got 2 game winners this year, and I know he's out for a month, but last night Luka hit 2 ridiculous threes. I mean, he had no business making either one of these. He was at the end of the shot clock. He's falling out of bounds. Fans are giving him crap, and he just buries them, and it goes from a 1-point lead to a 7-point lead overnight. I just think they have closers that would explain the 13-0 in clutch games and how, as you put it, they beat the teams they're supposed to beat. Because, to your point, on a lot of nights, other good teams can't say that. The other night, Charlotte went into Oklahoma City and beat them by 27 points. Last night, the Spurs, who is my pick to come out of the West, I love the Spurs, went into Memphis, a team that had lost 8 games in a row, with Wemby, who scored 30 points in 21 minutes, and they lost to the Grizzlies. So, yeah, you said it's going to sound like a backhanded compliment. I actually think it's a straight compliment. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat. Not every team does that. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. Again, this is an important part of being, in this case, 12 games above 500. They don't lose the games that they are supposed to win. They may not always look incredibly impressive over 4 quarters against those teams, but they managed to win those games in the last 5 minutes, the clutch time thing. And by the way, I don't know if you've noticed this. You're seated close to Stu, but Stu openly mocks the entire clutch time thing, which is hilarious. I think he thinks 5 minutes is too long for the clutch time framing.
He's probably right.
But in those,
yeah, he's probably right.
In those 5 minutes, what's being asked is execute for 5 minutes. We need you for 5 minutes to play at the top of your game. And at that point, if you've got a focused Luka, a focused LeBron, and when he's back, a focused Austin, actually running an offense, being careful with the ball, being careful with their shot selection, and just play good defense for 5 minutes, they can manage to pull that off.
Well, here's the amazing thing about what you just laid out. In this stat, again, I've been doing this a really long time, makes no sense to me, but it's true. Their overall defensive efficiency, Andy, they're 26 out of 30 teams. They're a bad defensive team.
That feels high.
They may be 27th after last night. I'm not sure. In clutch minutes, in games within 5 points left, they're second in the NBA in defensive efficiency. So it's literally exactly how you laid it out. It's like somebody rings a bell when there's 5 minutes to go. We have a sponsor, Morongo, that every night when there's 5 minutes to go, I say on the air, we've entered the Morongo final 5 minutes of this game. And, Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, good times. And it's like it's a dog whistle to the Lakers to say, okay, stop messing around. And it begs this question. And again, I've never seen a team like this. If they can do it for the last 5 minutes, why can't they do it for the other 43?
Because in all honesty...
Do you know?
Yeah. In all honesty, they're not good enough to do it for the entire 43. It's much harder to do something for 48 minutes than it is to do it for 5 minutes. I think also in particular for someone like LeBron, at his particular age and mileage stage of his career, he's not going to be able to do that for extended 30, 35-minute, maybe even 40-minute stretches. He often has to pick his spots. And over 48 minutes, defensively, for example, they don't have enough good defenders to do that over 4 quarters. But they've got enough guys who can maybe do it for 5 minutes, especially if they are executing offensively, because the better they execute their offense, the less vulnerable positions they put themselves in defensively. So that's really the answer. I don't think they're capable of doing it for 48 minutes.
All right, so you mentioned LeBron. And I mentioned earlier, Wemby played last night. He was coming back off of a bone bruise, so he was on a minute restriction. He only played 21 minutes. But, Andy, why does the NBA do this? We have a marquee game tonight on national television. It's going to be a late tip. We're not tipping off here in San Antonio until 8:40.
Ooh.
Oof. And it's the 8:40 San Antonio time, 6:40 in L.A. Normally, this game would have started at 5 o'clock. As a matter of fact, when it was on the schedule, it originally was a 5 o'clock
Okay,
game.
this is news to me, John. I thought this game still started at 4:30 local time. That's actually...
Nope, 6:30.
No.
Wow. Nobody told me.
Well, I just made your night a little longer. Sorry about that. But here's the weird thing. Why would you put it on the second night of a back-to-back? LeBron hasn't played in a back-to-back all year. He's questionable for tonight. Wemby hasn't played in very many back-to-backs. He's questionable for tonight. What is the NBA doing? At least, think about this. If they would have put this game, reversed it, we played last night in San Antonio and tonight in Memphis, then everybody plays because they had a day off before the game. Now tonight we might be I hope they both play. They're both questionable. They have not been ruled out. But shouldn't the NBA realize by now, Andy, that load management is here to stay forever, and there's nothing they can do to stop it? They tried this 65-game rule, and everybody laughed in their face, and now you're going to have 5 or 6 of the best players in the league completely ineligible to be All-NBA because everybody doesn't care about that 65-game rule. So you've got to look at the schedule, and you got to manage it. And putting Lakers-Spurs, a game you know people would love to watch, that's why ESPN picked it up, on the second night of a back-to-back when the two best players in the game, well, Luke is there too, but LeBron and Wemby, the two of the biggest draws in the game, are now both questionable. I think that's on the NBA. What do you think?
I mean, here's the thing. If you're I understand what you're talking about, and I would prefer that they try to be mindful of it. I imagine they are mindful of it. If you're going to do back-to-backs at all, it's really difficult to try to figure out ways to never run into that problem. Like Wemby, for example, heading into this season, there isn't necessarily a reason to think that he won't be playing on the second end of a back-to-back because he's a young guy. You know what I mean? Like, this to me isn't so much load management as it is guys are dealing with actual injuries. I think the whole load management thing for years has been talked about incorrectly. It's been framed incorrectly. It's actual injury management. It's not load management. You need to get guys through an entire season. If you're going to play back-to-backs at all, this is going to be a thing that happens. Like if you're going to allow LeBron to play in the league at all at his age, knowing he can't always play back-to-backs, if at all. Like this is going, and you can't not schedule back-to-backs for the Lakers. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to have back-to-backs, this is just an unavoidable process. You try to do your best. You try to figure out the national TV games, whatever. But bottom line is guys are going to miss some games, and there's no way around it.
Well, there's two problems here. Number one, remember a few years ago when Greg Popovich basically was on the second night of a back-to-back in Miami, and he left Ginobili, Parker, Duncan, Kawhi, everybody home.
Yeah.
Didn't even take them to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
And then David Stern fined him $250,000 and said, you can't do this. The league came out and said, okay, for national TV games, we're going to try not to make them back-to-backs. We're going to tell our schedulers, don't make, and especially back then it was the Thursday night TNT game. The problem now is they have 3 networks.
Right.
And they're grabbing all these games and putting them on network
impossible
TV. If it's
to
not
do.
on Peacock, it's on Amazon. If it's not on Amazon, it's on ESPN.
Honestly, we've reached a place, John, where basically every game is nationally TV or potentially nationally TV.
Correct.
Like, it's impossible to do.
Here's how you fix it. I've said it a million times. I'm going to say it until they throw me off the air, which, as you know, could be at any minute. Back the season up 2 weeks. Instead of starting on October 20th, start on October 5th. Everybody plays 2 preseason games. That's it. All right? You wouldn't even have to move up the start of training camp. You're just going to cut back on the preseason games. So everybody plays 2 preseason games. Start the season on October 5th. I just bought you 15 extra days in the calendar, and most teams play between 12 and 14 back-to-backs. I just eliminated all of them. I don't understand why they don't do it. It's an easy fix. It would make perfect sense. And when I suggest it to my bosses at the Lakers, they say, "Oh yeah, how are we going to get the money back from?"
I was just about to say, John, nobody's giving up the filthy Lucre. Like, that's not going to happen.
But I would. I mean, because you can't. I don't think Steve Kerr wants to take it from 82 to 65 games. I think that's a non-starter.
Definitely.
But I think eliminating 4 preseason games is not that big of a deal. Most guys don't play in the preseason anyhow. If we ever get Adam Silver on the show, it's the very first place I'm going is, hey, let's get rid of all the back-to-backs. And Adam is actually pretty progressive. I'm sure he won't dismiss it out of hand, but he will say to me, all right, John, how are we getting the money back for all those preseason games you just kneecapped?
Right, again.
And that's the thing I don't have the answer to yet.
It's a monetary problem, and as long as the league keeps making money this way, whether through TV, whether the gate, whatever, they don't have an incentive to fix this, because even with the issues we're talking about, guys not being available for certain back-to-backs, whatever, if the money's coming in, why do they need to fix it? They don't need to. Maybe they should, but they don't need to.
Right. And by the way, Andy, to your point there, their broadcast contracts are locked for the next 10 years.
Yep.
They have money agreed to for the next 10 years. They have no reason to do any of my ideas because they're making all that money anyway. I just think it would make the product better.
I agree with you.
I've run it by a bunch of assistant coaches, and I've run it by guys in the league office. Everybody loves the idea. I just got to figure out a way to get the money. It's like I feel like I'm a politician. Anytime a politician comes up with an idea, the question that if you're in politics, I took a lot of poli-sci classes in college. The question is, anytime you come up with something you think is a really good idea, you better have the answer to the question, how are you going to pay for it?
Yep.
Because that's what it often all comes down to. Okay, coming up next, I was stunned, not surprised, not shocked, stunned that the Ravens fired John Harbaugh yesterday, and I think it's going to lead to a domino effect. I'll explain what I mean coming up next. And by the way, Emily Hebel has a new worst take of all time regarding John Harbaugh and the Ravens, which we'll get coming up. Emily's here, Brian's here, Andy in for Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
The DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show is going electric. Well, at least Travis is.
We got our e-bikes.
You did?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got pictures?
No, but nope. I rode it again today. It's awesome, DeMarco.
Fat tires?
Fat tires.
Okay,
How
nice.
fast does it go? The top speed on these bikes is almost 30 miles an hour.
Oh, you're moving.
It's great. From my garage door, I can be down at the beach in 10 minutes.
Snap.
On this bike.
There you go. I like
It's
it.
Awesome. And it has an insulated cooler bag on it.
Oh, look at you. I knew it.
I'm just throwing it out there that if you had something that you'd like to keep cold, I got a bag for it.
We should get him a license plate. Like a personalized license plate to hang off the back.
Sweet tea.
Yes.
I like that.
And a horn.
It has a bell.
It has a bell? I need a horn, though.
From the latest sports talk to fun e-bike adventures, it's the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on ESPN LA.
Hey, it's DeMarco. Game day in LA just got a whole lot more intriguing. Hendrick's Gin, uncommonly crafted with cucumbers, roses, artistry, and imagination, brings a flavor that's anything but ordinary. As the official gin partner of SoFi Stadium and your Los Angeles Rams, we're inviting Rams fans everywhere to elevate the cocktail lineup and make every game refreshingly unique. Find your next winning drink play at HendricksGin.com. Please drink the unusual responsibly. Hendrick's Gin, 44% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York.
Hey guys, it's Cappy here for Prize Picks, and whether you're starting a new routine or making player picks for the first time, trying something new can be hard. But in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups every weekend and elite hoops action almost every night, the action never stops, and Prize Picks lets you take control. Prize Picks now has early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. I had a 2-pick power play to win $60, but they offered me $52. I'm like, I'll take the money right now. Also, find your community on Prize Picks. You can follow me. I can follow you. When you look at the app, look at the bottom right corner at profile. That's how you can go about following people. And now you can follow my picks. I can follow your picks. You don't have to text me anymore. You don't have to tweet me anymore. It's awesome. So join millions of users and sign up for America's #1 sports picks app. That's Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. When you make your first $5 lineup, you get $50 instantly. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice-proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Hi, this is Devontae Adams of your LA Rams. The biggest show on the radio, this is Mason in Ireland. LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN. Listen to every Rams game on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Mason in Ireland. Andy Kamenetsky in for Mace. I'm John Iron. I'm in San Antonio. Lakers Spurs later tonight. Emily Hebel is here. Brian Cohen is here. Mason went to go see my magic Dr. Joe Sugarman today. And if I'm convinced, if he follows Dr. Sugarman's directions exactly, Mace will be back here tomorrow. Emily, what do you think? What percentage chance do you give a Mason appearance tomorrow?
I think I give it 75% chance I'll be in tomorrow.
Excellent. Hope it happens. All right. So yesterday, right when we were going off the air, the Ravens fired John Harbaugh. Of course, they have the right to do whatever they want to do. They missed the playoffs this year. Him and Lamar Jackson have been butting heads. I think they felt like it was time for a change. Andy, the reason I wouldn't do it is, who are you going to get that's better than him? I mean, I'm kind of an expert in this because I'm a Lakers fan and I'm a Raiders fan. I'm getting a divorce from the Raiders, but
is it finalized yet, John? Like, what stage are we in?
No, it never is. Here's the issue. I'm like Brokeback Mountain. I can't quit them. The Raider games are really fun. Being a Raider fan is really fun. I just think they have completely disrespected their fan base for almost 20 years now. And I don't feel like giving them any money. But the diehard Raider fans are all ready to shoot me on the spot. Like, Raider fans are intensely loyal. They don't care if the team wins or loses. They just silver and black till they die. And I think that Mark Davis has taken total advantage of that he might have the best fan base in the country, and he just craps on them. And so what I say about firing John Harbaugh is, Andy, I'm a Laker fan and I'm a Raiders fan. What do those two franchises have in common over the last 10 years?
They have fired a lot of coaches, John.
Every year or two. Mm-hmm. The Lakers, you normally get 2. The Raiders, you get 1. And then they fire you, and you've got to start over. And it just puts you back to square one. Like, I would love to see John Harbaugh end up with a team like the Raiders where he could build the culture from the ground up. But I'm just talking about Harbaugh and the Ravens. Are you surprised they blew him out?
I am surprised just because there's been a lot of success. I mean, he'd been with them, 18 years? They had been they've been one of the most successful, but I think also one of the most consistently stable organizations in
they've had
the
3
NFL.
coaches since they were founded.
Yeah, how many total seasons were they together?
18.
18 seasons. So I was surprised by that. That being said, though, if Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh are butting heads, and the Ravens feel like one way or the other, whether because we truly believe in Lamar Jackson or we feel like we're not going to be able to have a smooth exit ramp from Lamar Jackson, we're going to be in the Lamar Jackson business moving forward. We need to find a coach that works better with Lamar. Like, that might ultimately be the reason. Like, we're not even necessarily siding with Lamar over John Harbaugh. It's we know we're going to be with Lamar Jackson for a while. We need to make that relationship on the field and inside the organization work better. It's also been a long time, man. It's been almost 2 decades. Like, sometimes things can just feel like it's run its course. I guess the Ravens might feel
that's
like
fair.
It's not like, the Raiders or the Lakers where they've been on a carousel. Harbaugh's been there almost 2 decades. They might just feel like he's done a good job, but we don't see this necessarily getting better. We feel like it's trending even incrementally in the wrong direction, so we might as well get off before it starts really getting worse. Although, again, I was surprised by this.
Okay, so you took me right where I want to go. Emily, what was that take you had about a month ago that I said it was the worst take you had ever had? Do you remember?
Oh, that in regular season, we should only do 1 overtime and then a tie.
Yeah, that take was terrible. You're about to give a take that rivals that in ridiculousness. Tell the audience what you told me on the phone this morning about the Ravens situation, Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh.
So I think, in this scenario, the Ravens are choosing between Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I think they should have chosen John Harbaugh. Lamar Jackson is aging right before our eyes. He's aging like a banana. It is his birthday today. He's turning 29 today, but he's not getting any better.
Quite the birthday wish you sent him there.
He's
Emily.
not getting
29 is old now?
In quarterback years, and if you're a running quarterback.
I was going to say, for a running quarterback, and if you look at his injury track record, it is.
He sits out a practice a week. He misses almost half the season every season. And their lack of wins in the postseason can be squarely on Lamar Jackson's shoulders, as opposed to Josh Allen, which I felt like is more the defense and the coaching. This is Lamar Jackson. You know who won a Super Bowl for the Ravens? John Harbaugh with Joe Flacco. Okay? Joe Flacco as the quarterback. They haven't won a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson as an MVP and an MVP candidate. They've done nothing because I think that he is the problem. If I was the Ravens front office, I would have chosen John Harbaugh because we know he's going to get a job in a second. Lamar Jackson, you have 2 more good years.
But here's the difference. Lamar Jackson is harder to replace than John Harbaugh. That's why you're wrong. I mean, Lamar Jackson's won 2 MVPs because he's the best dual-threat quarterback in the league. Now, I think this year Lamar was hurt. I think we have to take that into account. And if they think they can bring somebody else in that would be better, maybe they get an Andy Reid situation. Remember when Andy Reid got fired by the Eagles, everybody said, I wonder if Andy Reid got into the Super Bowl a few times. He was a pretty good coach, goes to Kansas City and turns them into a dynasty. I think if John Harbaugh gets another job in the right situation, he has an opportunity to go full Andy Reid.
But the injuries with
Lamar
Jackson...
But I would not give up on Lamar.
Because he wasn't communicating with the team. He wasn't telling his coaching staff that he was injured. They were in the dark about this. I feel like Lamar Jackson isn't taking the responsibility of being the leader of his team.
Here's what I think makes this interesting is the Ravens may have ultimately sided with Lamar Jackson, if you want to put it this way, like if this is seen in some ways as a schism between Jackson and John Harbaugh. But I don't get a sense that the Ravens necessarily believe in Lamar Jackson that much. It feels like they think we are going to be with Lamar Jackson for one reason or another, lack of tradability, lack of better options, whatever. So we need to try to find a way to maximize this better with Lamar Jackson as opposed to riding it out with Harbaugh. They may not be able to go anywhere.
Greg just sent me this. John Harbaugh's playoff record prior to Lamar Jackson was 8-4 in the playoffs, including a Super Bowl win. John Harbaugh's playoff record after Lamar joined the team, 3-6. And that's with Lamar being the MVP twice. What are we doing here?
His completion percentage in the playoffs is about 8 or 9% lower than the regular season.
Yeah, I just think Lamar is one of one. He's an elite runner. He's an elite passer. Yeah, he didn't have a great year, but I would not move off of him. And if you're asking me, you have to pick between John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. That's easy for me. I'm taking Lamar. Andy, who would you take?
Well, like I said, they may not have a choice. I don't even know if they're in a position to not choose Lamar because the way NFL contracts work and, like dead money and cap hits and stuff like that, and it does not seem like Lamar Jackson is particularly tradable. they may not have a real choice in terms of who they choose. You know what I mean? Like the choice in some ways, I think, is being made for them, regardless of how they actually feel.
Yeah, I disagree with you that Lamar isn't tradable. I think if they put Lamar on the trade
when he was
market,
a free man, remember when he was a free agent? He got no bites whatsoever. Nobody was interested in getting in that business at all.
They offered him a bunch of short-term contracts is basically what happened.
But that
think
speaks to my point.
He'd be given an opportunity.
Particularly with his contract, I think, what is he going to start making, like $75 million a season, something like that? I don't think he's very tradable.
Sports contracts are insane now. They're nuts. All right, coming up next, Emmanuel Acho thinks he's come up with a way that the Panthers can beat the Rams. And does the woman that's running the Colts, Carly Ursay, know what she's doing? One talk show host is convinced she does not. We'll get into both of those things coming up next. First, what am I doing here, Emily? Which one?
Yeah, National University here.
Okay, National University. Love these guys. Veteran-focused, veteran-founded. What they are is focused on giving you an opportunity, particularly you with a military background, to get a college education. And if you think you don't have time, think again. NU has more than 150 degree programs, credentials, and certificates. And here's the best part. They make it achievable on your schedule. 4 and 8 week online courses, great transfer credit policy, millions in scholarships handed out last year. They want people who, what they call, are anders, people that have a lot of different things going on. So you might have a job and a family, and you want to go to school. They're there for you. Check them out today. Any questions you have about National University can be answered by going to their website, nu.edu. And by the way, they'll give you whole team support too. Professors, advisors, and resources to keep you on track. So check them out today. If you want to get a college degree and you think you don't have time, think again. National University, nu.edu. nu.edu, National University. Mason and Ireland. Andy and for Mace, ESPN LA.
On the latest Sedano and Cap, Sedano's losing his mind, and Cappy is discovering the world.
Yeah. In this episode, Cappy discovered Walmart and discovered the whole Biggie Tupac drama.
Did you guys know that Diddy was in the middle of Biggie and Tupac? Did you guys know this?
Very much so.
And did you guys know that Walmart literally has everything?
Yes,
I almost bought a fishing pole last night at
they've
Walmart.
only been around for like 25 years.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/LA right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Let's see here. Good times for mac and cheese. Slip a Wahlburger in there. Cielo for a steak and some vino. Gotta grab a boba from Mosin. Pink coffee for dessert. Yep, that settles it. Can't start my diet until 2027. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo. You want to. The holidays are over. Now it's time to have fun. Get in the car. Head to Morongo. Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times.
This college football moment is brought to you by Serve Pro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
Serve Pro. Like it never even happened.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason and Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
Today it's Andy Kamenetsky and Ireland. May's still out sick. Hopefully be back tomorrow. And, of course, we have a very big Ram game this weekend, Saturday. Em, what time does that start? 1:30 kick?
1:30 kick, 11:30 pregame. We're going to be at Hollywood Park Casino if you want to come watch with us.
Okay, so that's Travis, Sua, Emily, and then we'll have a
Morales.
game with JB and DeMarco. And who did I leave somebody out?
Chris Morales, of course.
How could well? Chris is on every show every day, so I'm sure it won't be long before
Live
he invades
imaging
this show.
Saturday
So just
coming up.
assume just assume that Chris is on every show every day. He is. You talk about absolute power. I've never worked at a station. I've been doing this 35 years where people have more power than Chris Morales does at this radio station. So the Rams are playing, and almost everybody I know, including me, is picking the Rams. They're 10.5-point favorites. But Emmanuel Acho, now where is he working now, Em?
I think
Is he just doing stuff on his own?
Yeah, I think it's his own podcast.
Okay, so I like Acho. I've met him before. He says he knows how the Panthers and the Rams are going to go. Now, remember, when they met about a month ago, Carolina upset the Rams. Here's Acho talking about the game this Saturday.
The Panthers can pull it off, but it's going to take the exact same recipe. Can you duplicate it? What was the recipe? It was picking off Matthew Stafford in the end zone. That's 7 points, running it back. What was the recipe? It was picking off Matthew Stafford again. What was the recipe? It was Bryce Young on 4th down, going 2 for 2 for 2 touchdowns and I believe 87 passing yards on 4th down alone.
Yeah.
What was the recipe? Matthew Stafford driving to win the game, you go sack, force fumble. That was the recipe.
Yeah.
So, the Panthers can beat the Rams again, but it wasn't like a fluke. It was playing excellent and forcing the Rams to play bad. Can you play excellent again? Not good, not okay, not mediocre. Bryce Young was 2 for 2, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns on 4th down alone.
Yeah. Bryce Young had a 147
Can he do that
passer rating.
again?
Man, that's a fluke. They're going to beat the hell out of the Panthers. They shouldn't even be in the playoffs. And another thing, we didn't talk about this. There needs to be a law or rule about this. You 8-9 in the playoffs, and you got a home game? How's that even possible, though?
All right, so after I heard that, Andy, I thought, no way lightning strikes twice. I like the Rams. I like the Rams big. Originally, I was thinking about taking the Panthers to cover because the number's so big, 10.5. But I now think I would even lay the 10.5. I don't think all those things Acho described can happen again. How about you?
What Acho's describing, he's not even playing excellent. He's talking about playing perfect. It's perfect, synchronicity. You managed to get not just an interception, but an interception in the end zone. You're talking about being perfect on 4th down every time perfection is demanded. He's literally talking about a second perfect game against the Rams. And to your point, John, about just how much the Rams are favored, currently at ESPN, the line that they're projecting, minus 10.5. The next biggest line of any of these weekend games is 4.5. Philly's getting 4.5 over the Niners. That's the second biggest line. The Rams has that more than doubled. That's how big of the other spreads combined are something like 14 points. The Rams are within like 3/4 of that themselves. That's how much of a favorite they are.
Here is a way that this can be repeatable for the Panthers, and that is targeting Emmanuel Forbes. On both of those touchdowns that were the fourth down conversions that were converted into touchdowns, they targeted Emmanuel Forbes. The Cardinals did that this past week, and it turned into a huge success for Michael Wilson and other people. If you target Emmanuel Forbes, they can't cover that, and the other team will win. That's where I think can be repeatable. But Matthew Stafford has been looser with the ball lately, so I think that's it's repeatable.
Okay, going back to your Emmanuel Forbes point, Quentin Lake didn't play the last time. Quentin Lake is the Rams All-Pro safety. Doesn't he give Forbes a lot of help this time around?
He will be a big help, and I think that is a huge factor for this game.
And having Devontae Adams back
I think the Rams
also.
win, and I think they – I think the Rams win, and I think they win easily, and I hope I'm right. All right, let me get to this before we get to icebreakers. You guys remember that at the beginning of this year, the Indianapolis Colts lost their owner, Jim Irsay, passed away. Mm-hmm. They dedicated the season to him. The Colts got out of the gate really fast. They were the best team in the NFL after Week 8. Then they fell apart. They lost their last 7 games, and so the team was inherited by Jim Irsay's daughters, and the one who is running it is Carly Irsay Gordon, his daughter, and she did a press conference, an end-of-the-year press conference the other day, and it has a lot of Colts fans worried that she doesn't come off as all that competent. Here's Carly Irsay at the press conference.
We have been very clear with Chris and Shane that giving them another opportunity means that the sense of urgency for them to deliver and perform has never been higher. Chris and Shane are both capable of facing this challenge head on and finding a way to achieve the results that our fans deserve.
All right, so it sounds like she was reading. She's probably not used to being a public speaker. I didn't think it was that bad, but Dan Dockich, the former college basketball coach, is a talk show host in Indianapolis. He heard that press conference and reacted completely different than I did. Here's Dockich.
I got to tell you, Carly Irsay is unfit to do anything. I mean, much less run a professional football franchise. She's sitting there trying to BS all of us. Now, it's a sense of urgency. It's never been higher. Really? Where's it been the last 9 years? We got a finished game. Really? 9 years? I mean, it's been 5 where you had a chance to get involved in the playoffs late, and you've crapped the bed. But now we're going to get serious about it. I'm telling you, Carly Irsay, I wouldn't let her be a producer on my radio show, much less run the Colts. Good for her, though. I mean, white privilege is real. I mean, she, happened to marry into the lottery, so now she gets to run an NFL team. But if I were her agent or one of her friends that told her the truth, I'd say don't ever get in front of the camera again, because that was asinine. The only thing worse was Stephen Holder. My God. Stephen Holder started asking a question. 30 seconds later, he, after fawning and giggling and acting like a 12-year-old girl, he finally said, well, this is probably a dumb question. I mean, what are we doing here in Indianapolis? Aren't there no adult males with the great American? Can't we find somebody that can run the franchise other than an Irsay?
All right. Lots to unpack there, Andy. First of all, I like Dockich. I've always liked him. I think he's opinionated. I think I don't always agree with him. I don't agree with him here. But that came off to me as very misogynistic. I don't think he says that if it's somebody else. If it's a guy giving that speech. Am I guilty of connecting dots that aren't there? What do you think?
No, I think you're connecting them perfectly. It sounds like things Dockich says. I will go the opposite route. I've never been a fan of him, and this sounds exactly like him on a random Wednesday or whatever. I think it's bizarre that he is judging the last several years of the Colts and Carly Irsay Gordon, her role that she never had, like that he's holding the last 8 or 9 years where apparently they weren't urgent enough against her, even though she wasn't there at all.
I mean, she was there.
But she was not in this. She was not in this role.
She was not in a position of power.
Right. Exactly. I mean, she may have been working for the organization, but she wasn't in this role of power. What do those previous 9 years have to do with her? Like, if you want to hold those against the late Jim Irsay, that's fine.
A man with a great American whatever docket said.
Right. I mean, like, it's an idiotic comment. It feels like him wanting to go off on a woman without having the stones to just fully go there. And I don't even understand what his point is.
He'll go there.
Well,
we've had Dan on before. He'll absolutely go there.
Well,
he doesn't care.
Well, this one time it sounded like he cared. He is correct that she does not sound comfortable in front of a microphone. Like, that's the one part I will agree. She sounded nervous. Maybe she's not a good public speaker, whatever. Her ability to speak well, and publicly and whatever, has nothing to do with how well she does or does not make decisions for the Colts.
And I will say her point.
Yeah,
of
remember
preaching...
Nick Sirianni's first press conference?
Yeah,
Nick Sirianni's first press conference was an absolute disaster. But Emily, what did you think about what Dockich said?
Well, yeah, I can just put it aside as he's just trying to get a reaction out of people, specifically women in sports. And I think that is just a ridiculous thing that he said in terms of couldn't be a producer and the thing about the great American, what. So I think that is just him trying to get a rise out of people. I think he's wrong in saying that what she's trying to say is wrong. I think that it's a good thing that she's preaching patience. She said a lot of times it takes a long time for as a coach, 3 to 4 years, for your plans to actually take fruition over a long period of time. I think that it's actually a good idea to be patient with your coaching staff as opposed to just pulling the lever when things go wrong. Their quarterback had an Achilles tear.
Right.
If Daniel Jones never goes down, they might have made the playoffs.
I think they would have made the playoffs. I don't know if they would have won a Super Bowl, but they
had the best record in the league when that happened.
Right. They were doing
best record in the league.
They were doing really well. They obviously picked well with Daniel Jones, who had been seen as, a cast off.
Yeah.
It seemed like a cast off. The narrative had been that the Giants, ran Saquon Barkley out of town because they were choosing Daniel Jones over Barkley. How big of idiots were they? Daniel Jones had a good season with the Colts. Then he got hurt, and they went with either Riley Leonard, who's not ready, or Phillip Rivers, who's 100 years old. Like, of course they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I thought he was unfair there, but I'd love to have Dan on and talk to him about it. I like the fact that he gives a lot of opinions. I just don't agree with this one. People used to say that about Jeannie Buss. Jeannie told me once that when she went to her first owners meeting, she didn't know when she could talk or when she could say anything, and some of the other owners interpreted that as incompetence. She was just collecting thoughts, and as it turns out, she had a tremendous run.
Well, but she's also talked.
I think Carly Irsay can do it.
But I mean, she's also talked about, Jeannie, how she dealt with a lot of open misogyny early on in her time, as the governor of the team, representing the team at these meetings. A lot of the male owners there treated her really disrespectfully because they didn't take her seriously because she was a woman.
All right, coming up next is Icebreakers. Andy and I were victims of the Michael Funches curse last week when we worked, and Funches made Icebreakers impossible, costing Andy and I an opportunity to win the month. So we are both happy that Emily will be doing Icebreakers, and we will do it next. Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tonight, the purple and gold invade the Alamo City and come face-to-face with the Spurs.
Here come the Lakers into the front court, trailing by 2. LeBron attacks the rim, drives to the hoop, lay it up and in.
It's Lakers versus Spurs from San Antonio. Coverage begins tonight at 5 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
At Normand Legal, we don't sit on the sidelines. We fight to win for you.
If you've been in an accident, car, motorcycle, truck, or a fall, don't wait. Call Normand Legal right now.
We've helped thousands recover millions in settlements and verdicts, and we'll go full throttle to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Pick up that phone and call 213-747-1234. That's 213-747-1234.
Or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, the winning team fighting for you.
Park Party play. This wild card weekend, the playoffs coming live at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers, Sua Cravens, and me, Chris Morales, for the ultimate ESPN LA Rams watch party. The ESPN LA crew will be broadcasting live starting at 11:30 a.m. with the pregame, halftime, and postgame shows right from Hollywood Park Casino this Saturday, January 10th. Cheer on our Rams, soak in the excitement, and win exclusive prizes. Hollywood Park Casino, LA's hottest card room, and the only place to party and play 24/7. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Listen to Mason and Ireland, weekdays noon to 3 on ESPN LA.
And it is Mason and Ireland on ESPN LA. It's time for Icebreakers. Icebreakers made possible by Blue Ice Vodka, the finest vodka sourced from Idaho potatoes. Get it, Idaho, Johnny I, the Idaho compound. Enjoy Blue Ice Classic Vodka or their unique flavors like Huckleberry and Double Espresso. Find Blue Ice in stores and ask for them by name. Time for Icebreakers on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, producer Emily.
All right, Icebreakers. Here's the update on the scores. Andy, you're in the lead for this month. You have 6 points because you got on Monday. Mace just so happened to stay long enough yesterday to win Icebreakers. So he has 4 points because he got his at 7. So he's out of the hole. And just peek behind the curtain for everyone listening. So John, since he's on the road, he's on a Comrex, and so he has a slight delay. So if everybody says at the same time...
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
I'm going to say it's a tie. Oh, you're not worried about it. That's fine.
Shot.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
All right. So here for 10 points. I was born in 1971. For 9 points. Growing up, I played catcher and pitcher in Little League, and I am an avid golfer. I once said that I played 18 holes in under an hour.
What?
Right, yeah. He's probably a liar. But
maybe putt-putt.
Okay, for 8 points. I received my GED 25 years after dropping out.
Wow.
For 7 points. I have been spoofed on SNL. All right, for 6 points.
I want to go there. One more.
Okay.
Give me one more.
My friends and I were actually booked to fly on one of the planes that crashed into the Twin Towers on September 11th. At the last minute, we decided...
Ireland.
Go.
I think it's Mark Wahlberg.
It is Mark Wahlberg.
Well done.
He almost was on one of the flights that went into the Twin Towers. He instead booked a flight to
I saw that interview.
Yeah, it's crazy. Good job.
Yeah.
That was for 6 points.
Nice work.
Okay, so see, Andy, when we just get rid of Funch, we've got a chance. But Funch makes it very difficult.
That was so hard. Funchies with Ryan Seacrest. That was impossible. I'm still reeling.
Yeah. By the way, Icebreakers is brought to you by Blue Ice Vodka, crafted in the heart of America from the finest Idaho potatoes, distilled for clarity, filtered for perfection. Blue Ice isn't just vodka. It's a statement. All right, so I wanted to ask you guys about something that happened over the weekend on Sunday. We had another one of those weird point spread situations. Green Bay was sitting everybody. Green Bay was playing Minnesota. They were sitting everybody, so the Vegas made them 13.5-point underdogs. Vikings were favored by 13.5. because Green Bay wasn't playing anybody. So the game went kind of like the odds makers predicted. Minnesota was leading 16-0 late in the fourth quarter. With 1 second left, Green Bay called timeout and kicked a field goal. So instead of losing 16-0, they lost 16-3, and they covered the spread. Some people think that NFL coaches just hate being shut out. So Matt LaFleur didn't want to be shut out, and that's why he called timeout and sent the kicker in. Others are convinced Matt LaFleur knew the spread and wanted to cover it. It's the second time something like this has happened in the NFL this season. Andy, what do you think? Did he just want to avoid the shutout, or was there something weird going on here?
I would think that A, he wanted to avoid the shutout, and B, he wanted to give his kicker an opportunity to just kick a field goal, just stay in rhythm, do things on the field, as you're looking to go into the playoffs. Unless somebody can give me a reason that LaFleur cares about the spread, and by the way, that reason could get LaFleur into a lot of trouble, but unless there's an actual reason LaFleur would care, I'm more inclined to think it's because these guys are competitive psychopaths, and you are trying to make every second on the field potentially useful if possible.
Brian, what did you think? Do you think that Matt LaFleur knew what the point spread was and there's something funny going on here, or is it as simple as he didn't want to be shut out?
I think all these coaches are aware of it, but I think in this case it was the shutout. Maybe if it was, they already had the field goal and then they kicked another one kind of deal, but I think it was strictly to avoid the shutout. Nobody wants that on their record.
Emily, what do you think?
I'll go as far as to say he didn't know the spread. He was not aware of the spread. It's not part of his thinking at all. And I also think that he was just avoiding the shutout.
Yeah, I can't just it is weird. I know a lot of my friends that are gamblers think he absolutely knew. This happened earlier in the season. I like Andy's theory the best. I think that look the way that Steelers-Ravens game went. Both those kickers with the game on the line missed critical kicks. Mm-hmm. And so if I can get my field goal kicker an opportunity at the end of a game where he knows there'll be no time on the clock, he can't simulate a game-winning field goal every time, but I'm sure that did feel a little pressure for that kicker. And so I'll give Matt LaFleur a pass, but I wouldn't call you crazy if you said there was foul play going on there. I just thought it was weird.
Well, but here's the
All
thing.
Right, now we're going to do sports.
Okay, John, real quick. What are you defining as foul play? Like that LaFleur is involved with gamblers and he feels an obligation to help them win a bet? You know what I mean? Like, there are layers to this if LaFleur cares about the spread for any reason other than being a competitive psychopath.
I don't think that he had money on the game or he had friends that had money on the game, but I do think that most coaches are aware of the point spread, and my gut's telling me he just didn't want to get shut out. But 1 second left in a 16-0 game, what's the point?
You don't want to get shut out. You don't want to get shut out.
Yeah, and maybe that's all there is to it. Okay, so we're going to do sports graffiti, but we got a new phone number. So write this down. By the way, did you guys hear why we have a new phone number?
I did, but I don't know if that's for air necessarily, right?
Oh, come on. It's pretty funny. We forgot to pay the phone bill. Literally. It has been paid. It is being worked out. But it happens. It flipped through the cogs. We forgot to pay the phone.
People are on break, man. It's the end of the month.
Yeah, that's what I mean by everybody quits over the last 2 weeks of December. I mean, Brian Cohen and I were we could have driven a golf ball through the station. And Andy, you were there one day too. You saw it. Let's just say you can park anywhere you want over the holidays at ESPN.
Bergman, if you're listening right now, just to plan ahead, next December during the holidays when everyone's gone, put me in charge of paying the phone bill because I'm going to be here. I'm likely going to be here inside the building, so just put me in charge of it.
All right, so the number today that works, the one we did pay, 213-799-0139. 213-799-0139. if you want to react to anything we've said so far in the show or take it a different direction. 213-799-0139. Sports Graffiti next. Mason and Ireland. Andy filling in for Mace, ESPN LA.
This is what happens when you show DeMarco Farr a picture of Travis Rogers throwing heat back in his college baseball days.
I am loving these pictures. The one of you pitching is outstanding, bro.
I gotta put
you
it,
look like Earl Hershiser here. Look at the neck vein.
Yeah, I was young and strong.
Your right leg is above your head. That hasn't happened in 20 years.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Was that like you learned how to do that? That was part of your process to fix your leg?
I mean, he was pitching.
There comes a point where you just know how to do it.
I just want to get in the mind of this Travis. Like, this is you as you were 16 right here.
No, I was 20.
You said sophomore. Oh, this is
Sophomore
college.
yeah.
Sophomore in college.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What was going on in there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was probably pissed that I wasn't getting more innings.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on 710 ESPN. The all-new ESPN LA app. And live on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Get ready, SoCal. Hard Rock Casino Tejon is kicking off the new year in high gear. Unity by Hard Rock members can earn entries all January long for the $500,000 Drive the Dream Corvette giveaway just by using their card. Join us every Thursday in January for your chance to win big, including $30,000 in free play each week. Start the year with more excitement and more ways to win. Details at casino.hardrock.com/Tejon. Hard Rock Casino Tejon. This is how SoCal plays.
At Normand Legal, we know you have a lot of choices, but you need family and a championship-winning team on your side.
Absolutely, Joe. When someone's been in an accident, they need a team that goes full throttle, tackling every obstacle to get the maximum compensation they deserve.
Exactly, Travis. We've helped thousands recover millions in settlements and verdicts, and we never leave our clients on the sideline.
Do not wait. Call 213-747-1234. Again, 213-747-1234 or visit normandlegal.com.
Normand Legal, the winning team fighting for you.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tonight, the purple and gold invade the Alamo City and come face to face with the Spurs.
Here come the Lakers into the front court, trailing by 2. LeBron attacks the rim, drives to the hoop, lay it up and in.
It's Lakers versus Spurs from San Antonio. Coverage begins tonight at 5 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles is a powerhouse in pediatric surgery? They perform nearly 17,000 surgeries a year, from high-tech robotic procedures to the most delicate operations on newborns, led by one of the largest surgical teams for kids in the country. With national rankings to back it up, CHLA brings all-star skill to every procedure. So when your child needs surgical care, turn to the team that's in a league of their own. To learn more, visit chla.org.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
And it is 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. And it's time for Let's Talk About It on Sports Graffiti like we do every day at this time. Sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. BetterHelp.com/timeout. Now let's do it. Let's talk about it on Sports Graffiti on Mason and Ireland.
All right, Sports Graffiti time. Andy Kamenetsky's in L.A. I'm in San Antonio with the Lakers. Andy, you bring up the calls. Who do we got?
Really quick, by the way, John, you letting the cat out of the bag about the reason for the new or temporary phone number has a lot of folks in the Mason and Ireland YouTube chat wondering why this is not set up in auto pay. Like how this somehow slipped through the cracks.
It's a fair question. I want to applaud you for sticking your head into the YouTube chat.
Oh, I always do.
They hate me, hate Emily. They really hate Morales. It's a contest to see who they hate more, me or Morales. It's probably me.
I will always dive into.
What do you think? If you're in there a lot,
who do they hate most? Probably Morales.
Me or Morales?
I think Morales.
Okay.
I mean, but you're gaining ground every day, John. You've got
there you go.
You've got an opportunity to pass Chris. So just keep doing what you're doing. Let's begin with Sean in Lomita. You're on Sports Graffiti.
Hey, guys. Andy, you guys don't believe anything YouTube says after hello, all right? That's first of all. You guys are great. Andy, you are a solid member of the 710 bullpen to come in and fill in spots. We always appreciate hearing you in there.
Thank you.
John, I got a question. Have you tried the banana cream pie ice cream at Handles that I suggested like 8 months ago?
Ooh, no, but I love banana cream pie. I'm
I
trying
know
to figure
you do,
out, I live in
yeah.
the South Bay.
Yeah, there's one in Manhattan
I
Beach,
live in the
and there's one in Redondo.
Okay, I'll find it. I haven't, but thank you. I mean, I know I said I would do it when you called 8 months ago, but I will absolutely try it because I love banana cream pie.
That sounds good. That sounds really good. Cameron in Lake Forest, you're on Sports Graffiti.
Yes. How are you guys doing? Happy New Year's.
Thanks. You too.
And then I was wondering about the Lakers and Dillon Brooks trade. Is there any rumor to that, or did they, put that to bed?
Zero. Cameron, I cannot tell you how much of a non-starter this was. I got those texts and I saw those reports, Andy, and I checked with several different people about this. And even Matt Ishbia, the owner of the Suns, finally heard it enough where he sent out a tweet yesterday saying, don't even bother calling us. We're not trading Dillon Brooks. I don't think this was ever – Dillon Brooks would be great. He's exactly what the Lakers need. They need toughness. They need somebody who's defense first. They need somebody who's kind of an a-hole. But Phoenix isn't giving Dillon Brooks up. At least that's my opinion. What do you think?
This wasn't even a rumor. This was DeMarcus Cousins on Run It Back with Beadle and I think Lou Williams suggesting that the Lakers and Suns do this. Like, this was basically just Boogie's opinion, and everyone went wild, and that's eventually when Ishbia entered the chat. But to the best of my knowledge, this has never been something that has actually been even lightly discussed between the teams, and I agree with you. They're not trading Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks has done so much to help that team's culture. It's not going to happen. Max in L.A.
All right, who's next?
Max in L.A., you're on Sports Graffiti.
What's up, you guys? DJ Max over here. I'm born and raised in L.A. I do think Mason lost his voice because he was smoking weed in New York. But the reason why I'm calling today is because can we just all agree that the Lakers are not...
I think we lost Max.
I think Jeannie had a lot to do with this. She wanted to do a software update with the color, but it's not gold. It's yellow.
Oh, so Max went to argue that the colors are not purple and gold anymore, that they're purple and yellow. That's his big take.
Okay, so here's a good story about the colors of the Lakers. When Jack Kent Cooke, the late Jack Kent Cooke, bought the Lakers in the 70s, he told Chick Hearn, the Laker colors are Forum blue and gold. And Chick said, well, Mr. Cooke, that's not blue, it's purple. And he goes, Chick, maybe you didn't hear me. Forum blue and gold. So for the first few games, Chick went on the air and said, the Lakers wearing Forum blue and gold. And then he got all this feedback of, Chick, the color is purple. It's not Forum blue. And Jack Kent Cooke would not let him up. So Chick then got to saying this, Andy, at the beginning of games. Lakers dressed in their Forum blue and gold. Yes, I know it's purple. Forum blue and gold. and he would literally. And so the exact color or tone of the Laker uniforms has been off for 60 years. So I wouldn't worry too much
So
about it.
am I to take from that Chick was basically being held hostage, having to gaslight fans about the actual colors of this team until Jerry Buss bought the team and then said, Chick, you can say purple and gold. It's fine. That's what it actually is.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. But that all started with Jack Kent Cooke being insistent. Jack Kent Cooke was very famously unreasonable and very braggadocious and he could do no wrong. And so you couldn't argue with Jack Kent Cooke. Here's a great Jack Kent Cooke story that Bob Miller, the Hall of Fame hockey announcer, told me once. I've told this on the air before, so get ready for all the people that listen regularly to complain about me retelling stories. So there was an usher at the Forum that was cleaning up, and he found Jack Kent Cooke's wallet. It had fallen out of his pocket and somewhere in the Forum, and this guy, this custodian, found it and said, hey, asked around, said, is Mr. Cook still here? And they go, yeah, he's out back waiting for his car. So he runs out to the valet. He goes, Mr. Cook, you dropped your wallet. Here it is. And he goes, young man, I appreciate this. What's your name? And the guy says, oh, my name is, Steven Ramirez or whatever. And he goes, well, Steven, I appreciate this, and you're going to find something a little extra in your next paycheck. So a week later, Steven opens his paycheck, and in the envelope was his normal amount of pay and a small photo signed by Jack Kent Cook. That was the little something extra in his paycheck.
Lesson to all of you out there, just steal the wallet. That's the lesson that everybody should take from this. Just steal the wallet. Eddie in California, you're on Sports Graffiti. Eddie, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Eddie going once.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, Eddie, you know this is when you talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say hello. I heard you guys on the radio, and I love listening to you guys. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Dynamite.
Well, you're very welcome.
John in Studio City. You're on Sports Graffiti, hopefully with more to say.
Hey, guys. I just wanted to follow up to the Dan Dockich piece that you guys ran last hour about Carly Irsay. And, she may be incomparable, whatever, but, to call her, white privilege is such a ridiculous political trope to bring that into this. I mean, it's just, to show his true colors. It's like, leave politics out of it. I mean, there's a lot of incompetent people of all races. And to call her white privilege, it's just such ridiculousness. I'm just so sick of it with this. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't disagree with you, but that's kind of Dan's act. He's I think he works for Outkick. Outkick leans right.
Just a smidge.
I like opinionated people, and so we've had Dan on the show before, and the one thing that Dan will do that no one else ever did, to his credit, was he was an assistant coach for Bobby Knight, and he thought Bobby Knight was so ridiculous in the way he treated people that he just said, screw it, I'm out of here. And he played for Knight at Indiana and then went and coached with him, and now he hates him.
Well,
and
you know what?
He'll say it, but for whatever reason, people wouldn't say it back when Knight was alive.
You know what? In the interest of fairness, I said before, I'm not a fan of Dan Dockich, but I was not a fan of Bobby Knight either, and somebody needed to call him out as a bully. Good for Dan Dockich if that's what actually happened. I will give credit where credit is due. Joey in L.A., you're on Sports Graffiti. What's up, Joey?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. The whole Steve Mason thing, I get it. He had a little tickle in his voice, so he misses a day. A real Iron Man. What about implementing a rule like the NBA? Certain amount of days you miss, well, you can't get it for the awards. No Mandy. You miss more, it becomes Ireland and Mason.
That wouldn't help. Nothing you could do. The only way that this is going to stop is if somebody stands up to him, and nobody will. And for that reason, Andy, I've always thought that Mace is much smarter than I am about how he approaches work. Like, look at these 48 hours for me. I'm basically working, sleeping for a few hours, getting up, working, getting on a plane, flying home, working. I do that by choice. That's just my work ethic. Mace is, you know who he is? He's Zion. When he plays, he's really good. He just doesn't play. Or Anthony Davis. Like, Anthony Davis is probably going to the Hall of Fame. But if I in good conscience could do that and not be worried about getting fired, I would do it. I just don't have the guts to do it, and he does.
And yet you're the guy,
to him.
John, and you're the guy living in the gated community, and you're the workaholic. Go figure. Sometimes you just can't
those
predict.
two things are related.
That's true. You did work your way into the gated community, so I guess there is a payoff. Last one, Dave in Lancaster. You're on Sports Graffiti.
Good afternoon, fellas. Happy New Year's. So I have a take. I try not to be too long-winded. But anyways, so I listened to the show a little bit yesterday, and I heard Mace, refer to this. But I'm not sure if the Rams fans were up in arms. I'm a Broncos fan, and I'm, like, up in arms on this. So you have a team that loses the last 2 games. They're below 500. They're 8-9, but yet they're hosting a playoff game where the Rams in Frisco are the visitors. Something doesn't make sense. And the Rams are going to boat race the Panthers. That 10-point spread should be bigger because people are forgetting in 2020 when Bryce Young was playing in the playoffs at Bama against Georgia, and that defense, they lit them up. So now you have a Rams defense. They're going to get boat raced, and they're going to be embarrassed. And if the NFL wants to put the best product out there, they have to revamp the playoff seeding, and no team that's below 500 should get in the playoffs. That's just my hot take. You guys have a great day.
All right. They've had these conversations, Andy, and I mentioned this yesterday. One of the reasons they haven't gone to the NBA system, whereas your record determines your seed, like if you can win your division and still be the 7 seed in the NBA, the reason that they do it the way they do it now is they want the games late in the season to matter. And when they saw Sean McVay load managing all of his players at the end of the season, which Sean has done almost every year. Strangely, he didn't do it this year.
Well, he needed his team to play better. He actually wanted them to actually start playing better down the stretch before getting into the playoffs.
So I think that was a good call, and I think he has a good suggestion, except the reason they haven't done it is then if a really good team has a cushion at the end of the season, they'll just sit everybody. And so he wants to make the division still mean something so those games mean more. They may eventually come around to the NBA way of doing it, though.
I think
because there is something weird about an 8-9 team having a home game.
That's what I would say. The compromise to me is if you win your division, there can be a reward that if you win that division, you get into the playoffs. I think it's going overboard to say you automatically host a home game to open the thing. Like you are actually penalizing at that point better teams for the curse of geography or rewarding teams for the benefit of geography. Like, let him in. It's fine to let him in. Hosting a playoff game is a bridge too far. That should be your record.
Okay, coming up next, I'm going to describe a social dilemma to all of you, and I want you to tell me what side of it you come down on. It's very interesting, and it really comes down to, is this thing funny or mean? And I'll explain what I'm talking about next. Andy Kamenetsky in for Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
Mornings in LA will never be the same.
But I want to start with the Rams. Real quick. So in the break, they start playing Eminence front, right? Again, I'm in section 205, so I'm down in the end zone. I just stood up, just started playing my bass. Just slapping that thing. And people around me were like, yo, Cal, what's up? And I'm like, bing, ba-dum, bum. Yeah, and people around me, ding, da-dum, bum, doom, be-dum, bum. Yeah.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show, weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams have concluded the 2025 regular season at 12-5, and Matthew Stafford is waiting to find out whether or not he will win his first MVP of the NFL. Here's where the numbers finish. Matthew Stafford leads the entire league in yards, 4,707. Drake May, his nearest competitor in the MVP race, finishes fourth. Touchdowns, Matthew Stafford, number 1 with 46 touchdown passes this season. Drake May, number 3. Interceptions, both of them with 8. QBR, Drake May leads 77.2. Matthew Stafford right on his heels at number 4 at 71. And then when it comes to quarterback rating, 113.5 for Drake May. Matthew Stafford right on his heels at number 2. It is really close to call. And of course, Matthew Stafford finishes the season 4 touchdowns against 0 interceptions. With Tuesday's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Powered by ZipRecruiter. Looking for your next great hire? Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone.
That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
It's Bethel Duran, and it's time to celebrate the new year with a new truck from Northridge and Wonders Toyota. Right now, lease a brand new 2025 Toyota Tacoma for just $84 a month for 36 months plus tax. And if you're thinking about a trade-in, your current ride could be worth more than you think. Northridge Toyota, Wonders Toyota, they make it easy.
Tacoma model 7162G, VIN number 3TYJDAHN 1ST037657. Lease excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, dealer options, and charges. $59.95 due at signing. $84 per month. Offer expires 1/31/2026.
John Ireland here for Blue Ice Vodka, America's #1 potato vodka. Smooth, creamy, no burn, made from non-GMO potatoes and gluten-free with no added sugar, just 64 calories an ounce. Blue Ice Vodka, because taste matters.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply by February 11th and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The biggest show on the radio.
Mason, Ireland, you guys are clowns.
Screw you, Josh.
Damn.
Mason and Ireland on 710.
Mason and Ireland are clowns. That's going to be a drop for a long time.
Why not?
Back to the guys.
Mason and Ireland, this is from the original Top Gun, the 1986 version of Top Gun. Back when Kenny Loggins made hits every time he opened his mouth.
I was going to say, John, the 80s was the decade of Loggins.
Yeah, and by the way, Loggins and movies. He had the theme from Caddyshack. He had the theme from Footloose. He had the theme from Top Gun. I mean, if you needed a song to go with your movie, you just called Kenny Loggins, and he delivered.
Yep.
All right. So I'm very anxious to run this story by the three of you and for the audience, because I did it last night on the Laker bus, and it was evenly divided between people who thought this was unacceptable and mean versus funny and a joke. So here's the story. A woman who was engaged was getting ready to meet her fiance's parents and family for the first time around Thanksgiving. So about a month ago. The man's brother told his fiance that every Thanksgiving, his family does a turkey trot, a 10K run as a group, and that she should be ready for that when she comes to visit. So since this woman was not a runner, she started training and got herself ready for a 10K. She bought running shoes. She bought the running outfit. She was running every morning. And by the time Thanksgiving rolled around, she was, she wasn't going to break the course record, but she could run with the rest of the family. But when they arrived at the family home, all of the people told the woman that the whole 10K was a joke. None of them are runners, and they just did it to be funny. Now, if you're watching this video, Em, did they put it up on YouTube?
I think they are.
Okay. Well, if you go watch this, you can Google this and go watch it on Instagram. You can tell by her reaction that she wasn't amused. She did not think this was funny. Now, this has gone viral. Some people, Andy, say she should break up with this guy and run as far away from this family as she can. Others think this was a great practical joke and really funny. Andy, what say you?
Well, first, I'm going to preface this like I always do with these scenarios that you bring up. I 100% believe this is staged. I don't think that this is real at all. I don't think it was something that actually happened. But that being said, were I to judge this like something that actually did happen, I would say that this woman...
By the way, Mason and I need to give you a lecture on accepting premises.
Oh, I am. I am accepting the premise. I just want to make sure that our audience doesn't think that I have fallen for something that's clearly staged, because I have enough ego that way. I want to make sure that they do understand that. But accepting the premise, if this is real, this woman should use her training for however much time she put into running to run the hell away from this family, because they're a bunch of sociopathic a-holes, and she should be glad that before she married into them, she learned about this, because these are terrible people. They're awful people.
Emily, what say you?
This feels like The Family Stone, that movie where everybody is diabolical. So
Very much so.
That's there.
Yeah.
I would have the biggest fight of my life with my fiance. I blame him.
You mean
more
your
than-
ex-fiance?
Yes, I would blame him more than I blame his family. And two, this is the biggest a-hole move ever. The violence I would enact in that moment should not be televised. So they're being a-holes.
I'm on the opposite side here.
Brian,
I think this is a funny, a harmless prank.
Harmless?
Yeah,
She
harmless.
put money into this,
She
right?
put time and money into training to run 6 miles. And they
If that was
publicly
me,
humiliated
I would find
her.
it hilarious. I would say that. If I was in that situation and that happened to me, I would find the whole situation very funny.
These are bad
You
people.
think if you did this to... Okay, Brian, if you did this to Allison, if you said, hey, we're going to go spend... before you got married, we're going to go spend...
Before she
Thanksgiving
met
with
your
my family.
family.
Right, now I think this plays into it too, BC. It was the first time this woman was meeting her new in-laws, the family she was marrying it into. So she obviously wanted to make a good impression. Allison wouldn't light you up after you told her it was a joke?
No, she probably would. She herself would not like that. I think she wouldn't find it funny. But if it was the roles reversed, I would find it funny.
All right, so Michael Thompson said that is with Brian. Michael says, of course it's funny. And if this girl can't take a joke, you don't want her in your family anyway. Stu Lance is with Emily. Stu Lance is like, if they did this to me, I'm done with all of them. I could not. Bill McDonald was with Michael. He thought it was funny. Lisa Ireland is totally with Emily. She said, if I did this to her, it's a huge red flag. She probably breaks up with me. And even more, she never forgives me for it ever.
Like, think about what they did, John. They put this woman through rigorous training. Like, they made her take time out of many, many days so she could run 6 miles. Like, that's not insignificant. So she spent days, weeks training for something so they could get viral clicks. These are a-holes, man. They're bad people.
About that. That's her mistake, though. If she was not a runner before, just walk the 10K. Say to your fiance, hey, if he's not a runner, hey, would you mind walking with me? I don't mind.
But she wants to make a good impression. She doesn't want to bring the family down in their 10K.
Walking is not a bad impression. I don't want to run. If I was asked, so if my fiance said, hey, my family does a 10K, one, I'd say, that's stupid. Two, I'd say, I'm going to walk. I'm not going to train for this. I don't want to hurt myself. I'll walk the 10K. Would you mind walking with me? Or is someone else in the family a walker and I can get to know them?
He's going to say no, because then the prank doesn't go as well.
I know. And then that is the red flag. And then, John, for Michael, did you ask him then, would he do that to Megan Thee Stallion?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, we should call him. That is a good question. All right, if we have time before I know we got to get to the Boys in Blue report, but maybe before 2:00 we'll call Michael and ask him if he would do that to Megan.
Love to see his answer with that
very
one.
Funny hypothetical. Yeah. All right.
What did you feel about it,
So
John,
coming up
real
next,
quick?
Greg will come in. Greg Bergman. I wouldn't have done it. I think it's a long way to go for not that much of a payoff.
No payoff.
Now, and if you would have done it to me, Andy, like if I was, I know you don't have a sister, but if you had a sister and I was marrying your sister, and you said, and you called me because it was her brother-in-law who set her up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you called me, Andy, and say, let's say your sister's name is Cassie. Hey, John, I know you're coming to meet the family for Thanksgiving when you come with Cassie. Be ready to run in a 10K. It's my family's super competitive, blah, blah. And I trained. You and I's relationship would never be the same.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
shouldn't
trust
be
you.
because you just
So
learned that
I wouldn't have done
You just
it.
learned that I'm an a-hole. It shouldn't be the same.
Yeah, Michael said, well, Ireland, then you just can't take a joke. And I go, what's the funny part? What did I miss out on? But it is a good dilemma. It's a good dilemma. All right, coming up next, we'll bring Greg Bergman in, get the Boys in Blue report going. First, let me tell you about our buddy Jacob Emrani. Jacob has a new phone number, and this number you should put in your phone. It's easy to remember, and it should be your first call. 800-345-6789. If you've been in an accident, before you talk to anybody, before you talk to the insurance company, before you talk to the other driver, 800-345-6789. That gets you a free consultation and a free case evaluation from the best in the business, Jacob Emrani. The lawyers there not only promise to tell you the truth, not just what you want to hear, they'll review your case, look at the facts, and they'll help you before they can commit to representing you, and they only take cases if you win. If they don't win, you don't have to pay them anything. That's honesty. That's why people trust Jacob. Again, the new number, 800-345-6789. 800-345-6789. The law offices of Jacob Emrani. Mason and Ireland. Andy in for Mace, ESPN LA.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
I play football. That's all that came out of my mouth when I met Janet Jackson.
Where'd you meet her?
We were going out one night, and with all these backup dancers, she said, would you like to come meet Janet Jackson? Heck yeah.
Stupid question.
Let's go.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm all good. This is velour suit, earring day, walking through the club, and I'm feeling good. And then we get to the VIP area, and she is sitting like right in the middle where you can see her through the door. And the minute I saw her, all my confidence went out the window. She introduces me to Janet, and the only thing that came out of my mouth is, I play football. She said, that's nice.
Good for you.
I had my shot, and I
Did
blew
you
it.
recover?
No, that was it.
You
That's
just,
all I
just
had.
turn around and walk away?
I had a shot, and I missed. It was horrible. It's terrible.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis. Weekdays at 3 on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Change is in the air at LAX. Los Angeles International Airport's automated people mover trains are rolling soon as part of LAX's ongoing investments in improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, and economy parking in 10 minutes or less. Departing every 2 minutes, they'll help approximately 30 million passengers per year. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
Park Party Play. Join Travis Rogers, Sua, and me, Chris Morales, for the ultimate ESPN LA Rams watch party during Wild Card Weekend. We're live from Hollywood Park Casino this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. for pregame, halftime, and postgame coverage. Cheer on the Rams and win exclusive prizes. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tonight, the purple and gold invade the Alamo City and come face to face with the Spurs.
Here come the Lakers into the front court, trailing by 2. LeBron attacks the rim, drives to the hoop, lay it up and in.
It's Lakers versus Spurs from San Antonio. Coverage begins tonight at 5 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
The college football playoff isn't over. Not yet. That epic run, that wild dream, not over till the clock hits 0, till the stadium shakes, till the wildlings are let loose, till the trophy is lifted and the confetti falls. This is the national championship. When it's over, you'll feel it. This is the wild world of college football. The CFP National Championship, Monday, January 19th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland.
Payoff pitch to Rojas.
Hey, this is Miguel Rojas from the Los Angeles Dodgers.
It's back. It's on its way. Out of here. Miguel Rojas.
You're listening to Mason and Ireland show.
Mason and Ireland rolls on.
All right, it is time for the Boys in Blue report, and for that we bring Greg Bergman into the program. Andy's filling in for Mace, Andy Kamenetsky's. Hi, Greg. Hey, let me start with this. Not only have the Dodgers not really signed anybody, nobody's signing anybody.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to remember if I know guys signed late last year, but like. It seems extremely quiet to me. Am I just making that up, or is it more quiet than usual?
No, it's extremely quiet. There's been some moves. Some guys have moved around a little bit, but for the most part, it's all being waited on by Kyle Tucker and Bo Bichette. And now I don't know if Bo Bichette is waiting on Kyle Tucker, or if Kyle Tucker is kind of waiting on Bo Bichette, because they're all linked to the Blue Jays. They're both linked to the Dodgers. They're both linked to the Yankees. Like, they're both in the Cubs. All over the place. So I don't know who's waiting on who, but they're very much waiting on everybody.
Is it possible that one is potentially waiting for the other to set the market?
Possibly, yeah. Absolutely is. But also there's a lot of, I saw, I think it was Tom Verducci or somebody on this morning on baseball, on MLB Network, talking about like that Kyle Tucker especially should maybe sign a short-term deal, kind of do the what's his name in right field for the Dodgers? I'm blanking on all of a sudden. Teoscar Hernandez kind of deal where you go low and have a high AV, low years, and just see where you can go from there, and just kind of a prove it kind of deal, because he did not have a good second half of the season. So I don't know what it is, man. It's crazy.
All right, so Greg, explain to me what's going on with Cody Bellinger. He's coming off of his best year since he was the MVP for the Dodgers. In 2019, he had 29 homers, 100 RBIs. The Yankees have made him 2 offers. Why hasn't he signed?
I think he's waiting on Kyle Tucker and trying to see, because I also think he wants 6 years. That was the whole thing, was that he wants 6 years. He wants a certain amount of dollars. He's a Scott Boras client. Scott Boras clients like to wait. So all of those things lead up to him waiting till he gets exactly what he wants. But the more you wait, Andy, you know how it goes.
It should be noted, by the way, the great Walrus and Encino pointing out in the chat, the Dodgers did sign Edwin Diaz. That's pretty big.
Yeah, they did some things. There have been moves. True. There's been some the Japanese Murakami. He went over to the White Sox. Like, there's been some moves.
Like, there's only so many big moves you can expect the Dodgers to make. They have everyone.
No, sure. It's not, I don't think the question from Ireland, you correct me if I'm wrong, was about the Dodgers itself or just moves in general. There have not been a lot of moves in general. And
that's true.
It's all based around Tucker and Bo Bichette.
Huh. All right, here's an interesting baseball story I saw yesterday, Greg. I thought when Don Mattingly was the bench coach for the Blue Jays last year, and they made it to the World Series, that Don's in his mid-60s. I thought, okay, that's a good way for Don to go out. He had a great career as a player and as a manager. And then kind of quietly this week, his son Preston is the GM of the Phillies. And he hired Don to be the bench coach of the Phillies. Good idea or a bad idea to hire your dad?
That's a little bit of weird, right? It's kind of like opposite. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not Nepo baby, it's like Nepo son. I don't know, like where you're going up. But either way, so either way, I mean, yeah, good idea. Don Mattingly's been around baseball a long time. He understands the game. He's been a manager. He was just sitting on the bench with a World Series team that was, 2 outs away from winning the World Series against the big-time championship Dodgers. So, yeah, good for them. If that will help the Phillies, cool. Good for them.
I'm also going to go out on a limb.
Nepo son.
Nepo son. Over under how many times a year typically does the GM of a baseball team interact with the first base coach? Like 3?
Nah, yeah.
The entire season? Like,
wait, is he a bench coach or a first base coach?
I thought he said
Mattingly's going to be the bench coach.
Bench coach, yeah. So either way, it doesn't really matter.
Like,
you're not talking the first base coach for sure because that guy does
but
nothing.
Even the bench coach, like, how often are you actually talking to that guy?
Well, if it's your dad, you're going to go
down
there and go,
of course
hang
you're
out.
Say, yeah, okay.
You're not going to be like, no, I can't talk to him.
No, you're going to talk to your father. But I just mean, like, in terms of how many times do you see the GM and the bench coach huddle up over the course of a season? Not very often.
Not very often, but, it's still, I think it's just another, we talk about it all the time with what the Lakers did and what the Dodgers do. You put smart people in smart places. Don Mattingly, take away everything he did when he was the Dodger manager, and he is a smart baseball guy.
Yeah, it just would seem what might make me uncomfortable is if I was the manager, because now I have the GM's dad sitting next to me while I make every decision. So if I make a decision that doesn't work or if they're mad at me, I think that gets straight back to the GM.
Are you worried that Mattingly's a rat? Are you calling Don Mattingly a rat, John?
Almost.
It's still Pat
almost
Murphy,
by
right?
default.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Pat Murphy's in Milwaukee.
No, who's the
it's Rob Thompson, right?
Right, yeah, that's exactly whoever it is. But yeah, I mean, he's not. Are you worried about
Rob Thompson,
an old Don Mattingly who's not really looking to do that?
He's going to be a
anymore.
snitch.
Yeah, right.
Can't talk around Don Mattingly. He's leaky.
I'm talking to Preston.
I'm not sure. All right. So, Greg, a couple more things while I got you here.
Yes.
No more. Did you hear the last segment about the practical joke they played on that guy's fiance?
Yes, I did, and I have thoughts.
All right. My wife, Lisa, says that is bordering on unforgivable. Huge red flag. She would probably break up with me if I would have pulled that. Michael Thompson says, oh, you guys are all worked up over nothing. It's funny. Take a joke. Where do you come down on it?
I'm very much on the Michael Thompson side of this because you know what your family is. Your family is obviously jokesters, prankers. They're doing this for a reason. So if you are not going to come into this and be like, let's say it was me, for example, and I was going into a family and my girlfriend and Jean was doing this. Her family made me start doing all the stuff. If
her sister, I don't know if Jean has a sister, but her
does.
sister calls you and says, okay, let's pretend she does. And your sister calls you and says, hey, Greg, I know you're coming to meet the family for Thanksgiving. I'm just giving you a heads up. We're a super competitive family. We do a turkey trot, a 10K run. We talk about it all weekend. It's a big deal in our family. I just didn't want you to get surprised by it. Just be ready to run a 10K. And you say, thank you very much. Appreciate you giving me the heads up. And you train. And you buy running shoes.
Yeah.
And you get ready. And you get to Thanksgiving and they say, we pranked you. None of us
and we're going to make sure that the world sees it. We're doing this for the clicks.
We're doing
just
this
so you know, we're doing this for the clicks.
And if I come in there and I'm like, this
and
is ridiculous, and I'm mad, we don't belong together. If I go in there and I say, oh my God, you totally got me. That's hilarious. I fit. I now fit in that.
So you think they were weeding her out?
Right. Well, it's a good way to weed. You don't fit in that family if you get mad over that. If that's something that's going to really anger you,
I think that family should grow up and not do pranks against girls that are coming to meet the family.
I also feel like
I've tried to put it on me as a male that way to take that away.
I also feel like there's easier and less sadistic ways to weed someone out.
How about
sadistic?
A lunch? Is that really sadistic?
Yes, to make someone take.
You didn't make them. She chose to be a good fiance and try to
which
try
she
to be
otherwise would not have done if you hadn't
not.
said that.
But that was good of her. They didn't say you have to train, you have to buy shoes. She just did it. She had to be prepared. Let me just say,
the family should not be involved in weeding someone out of their family. It should be the partner's job.
Sure, but also at the same time, he should know, the fiance should know that that person, he or she, is not that type of person. So it all. Look,
Greg, I want you to run.
Yeah.
I want you to run this whole scenario by Jean
I will.
and see if she agrees with you.
Okay.
Because women, like every woman I've told this story to is like, oh, that's a red flag. That guy's an a-hole. And I'm like, huh.
I mean, it's not the greatest move ever.
He was just trying to be funny. Yeah.
But it's not really
All right, so
even
Greg,
that
while you're here,
funny. It's not actually that funny. We put you through months of training. Surprise, no marathon.
I would say they found it funny, and then the people that watched the video probably also found it funny, and then there was probably a section of people that said that was really messed up and used different words besides messed up.
Okay, Greg, so
Yes.
since I'm going through a divorce with the Raiders,
What?
and you are the
Whoa,
station
you almost caught me there.
Shouldn't have had Lisa run that marathon, John.
Yeah, exactly. And since you, Greg, are the lone you and Momo are the lone. Cappy's out. I'm out. We've given up on the Raiders because they can't tie their shoes. I'm going to give you two potential moves for the Raiders. I want you to tell me if you had to pick one, which one you would take. Okay. Sure. Choice A: Brian Flores, head coach, the defensive coordinator for the Vikings, who has improved defenses everywhere he's been, no-nonsense guy, was with Tom Brady in New England, and Brian Daboll, who won 3 rings with Brady as the offensive coordinator. So that's choice A. Flores as the head coach, Daboll as your coordinator. Choice B, you draft Mendoza and you bring Curt Cignetti in from Indiana to coach him. If you had to take one of those two scenarios for the Raiders, which one would you take?
I'll give you my scenario, but can I do choice C and have Harbaugh in there? John Harbaugh?
Sure.
Can I take John Harbaugh? I would take John Harbaugh over everything. Over all of those moves, I would take John Harbaugh because I think this is the best spot. I think this is a very good spot for Harbaugh. But in your question, I
think John is pick jobs. I think
he
you're onto
does.
something.
He can pick any job he wants. Every single team is talking to him, and teams with head coaches are talking to him. So he can go wherever he wants. But in your scenario of those two, I would take the Brian Flores and Brian Daboll connection because as much as Cignetti is great right now and doing a great job at Indiana, he is still a college coach. And college coaches that come into the NFL very, very, very rarely do well. So, and just because you had him as Mendoza as your quarterback, that doesn't mean that that's going to translate into the NFL. I would rather have the guy in Brian Daboll, who is a proven quarterback coach, and a guy in Brian Flores, who has done a great job on defenses and also has proven that he can win games. He did it in Miami. He was winning games in Miami, and he also didn't like Tua, so he was ahead of people on that. He just had some issues in there somewhere. But either way, I would rather have that duo than the Cignetti piece.
About the Cignetti thing, though, I think that's an outdated argument because I think that college football now is run more like professional sports than it ever has been. I think the issue in the past has been college football coaches thinking they're the king of the castle, they're the mayor of whatever town they live in. They are overlords over the players that play for them. Now that the players that play for them, the good coaches right now, are getting paid millions of dollars, I think it's much more like a professional league. I think the transfer to a professional league wouldn't be as stark.
So I agree with you on the most part of how it's run, but the game itself is still college versus pro. And you're playing the best high school players. And in pro, you're playing the best college players and people that have been in the pros for a very long time. The game's faster. The game's different. It's played very, very differently. I just don't trust the college coaches yet. And I haven't seen a college coach recently that's jumped from college to NFL that's done a good job.
Oh, sure you have. Jim Harbaugh's doing a good job now.
He went to the Super Bowl with the Niners.
From Michigan.
He went to the Super Bowl with the Niners.
He already had NFL experience.
Okay, but yeah. Well, but I mean, for every failed college experiment you give me, I can come up with somebody who has made it work. Jimmy Johnson came right out of college and he was great.
That was in the 90s.
Right. But Pete
Nick
Carroll came
Saban
out of USC and took the
Pete Carroll, though, had been in the NFL.
But Pete Carroll's the best example.
Pete Carroll had been in the NFL for years before he went to USC.
Correct, as a head coach, too.
Right. But the point remains, if I'm with Emily on this, if you know how to coach, you know how to coach. You just got to pick the right guy.
So, like Nick Saban, for example, was a great, one of the best ever to do it. Steve Spurrier, one of the best ever in college football. Did not translate. Chip Kelly did not translate to the NFL. A lot of these guys that are like the geniuses in college don't translate to the NFL. They're just different games.
Okay. Thanks for that, Greg. Coming up next, there is something happening in college basketball. It's happening again that, and you can apply it to all sports. I'm going to rant and rail against unwritten rules. I'll explain next. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
And that was the Boys in Blue Report, brought to you by Hard Rock Casino Tejon. This January, Unity members can enter to win the $500,000 Drive the Dream Corvette giveaway with drawings every Thursday. Learn more at casino.hardrock.com/Tejon. That's TEJON. Hard Rock Casino Tejon. This is how SoCal plays.
What's good? It's your boy, Producer D, DeAndre Hawkins from the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show. And I've been lucky enough to host Lakers Talk Daily on our ESPN LA YouTube channel for the last year. But big news, starting Thursday at 11 a.m., a new era of Lakers Talk Daily. Now, all the way live. That's right, baby. Each weekday at 11 a.m., we're talking purple and gold live on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. I'm a ball knower, and I'll be ready to talk Lakers with you every day, starting Thursday. Lakers Talk Daily live at 11 a.m. on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. For all you ball knowers, come support your boy, and I'll talk to you on Thursday.
Call Jacob. 800-345-6789. That's a new way to call Jacob. And how easy is that, Mace?
800-345-6789. In a city full of stars, one shines the brightest. 800-345-6789.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, we're a nationally recognized leader in pediatric care, honored by U.S. News & World Report as one of the best in the country. Here, we achieve amazing breakthroughs that change lives. From groundbreaking cancer therapies that offer new hope to young patients, to advanced heart procedures that save lives, we partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
All right, today it's Andy Kamenetsky and Ireland. And, AK, this happened a couple of times over the break. The first time I remember it happening, Giannis, who, by the way, Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks come to Crypto on Friday, 2 days from now. So if you ever want to see Giannis play in person, Friday is your chance. And he's on a bender, man. He's on 30, 10, and 10 for 3 games in a row.
If I may give myself a plug, tomorrow on Lakers Talk, Camille Davis, who covers the Bucks for Locked On Bucks, joined me. We already recorded it. A preview of the game. She gives a lot of great insights into the Bucks, so people want to listen to that tomorrow.
When tomorrow does that air?
It's going to be after one of the playoff games, so I don't know the exact time. I'm guessing around 8:30.
But I think that everyone can still get it on the ESPN LA app. If you can't catch it live,
right.
I think they have it recorded there, and you can listen anytime you want.
The exact time is kind of TBD. I want to say 8:30-ish, maybe?
Yeah, depending on the time at the end of the game.
Right.
All right, so the reason I bring up Giannis is over the Christmas break, Giannis, the Bucks were beating somebody, and they were up by, I think, 11, 12 points. And Giannis got a breakaway when the clock was expiring, and he did a windmill dunk. And, the crowd all celebrated. And the other team wanted to fight him. They said, man, that's disrespectful. This game was already decided. You're embarrassing us. So then, over the weekend, UCLA is playing Iowa. And Iowa has this really good three-point shooter this year. And they had already won the game. Iowa had already run the game. And the guy jacked up a three at the end, and he hit it. And the crowd went nuts. And all the UCLA fans go ballistic. They say the Hawkeyes are classless for shooting a three at an end of a game it already won. Andy, these unwritten rules make zero sense to me, and I can't understand why we don't rail against them more often. What is classless about trying to make a basket? You're providing an entertainment product at a basketball game. People came there to watch their team shoot threes and win. People will go Friday to crypto. And if the Bucks are up by 10 on Friday and Giannis ends the game with a windmill dunk, and the Lakers don't like it, then stop him. Play defense. Stop him from doing it. What am I missing here? Why is this still a thing in 2026?
Well, first of all, if the Bucks are up 10 and then Giannis closes the game with a dunk, it means they won by 12, and the Lakers will have lost by double digits yet again. So you've got much bigger. Much bigger problems.
I'm not predicting it.
I know you're not, but I'm just saying at that point you have much bigger problems than Giannis's dunk. You have to face the fact that you've now lost for the 12th time out of 12 losses by double digits. But yeah. Unless UCLA wants to forfeit this game and just say, you know what, we've had enough. You guys have already won Iowa. Keep playing. Guard the guy, or you've already lost. What's another 3 points? Who cares? It's silly. Chris Morales joining us.
I have to respond.
Oh, boy, Chris,
now,
you
right?
weren't on the air enough today?
No, I have to respond now, right?
Repping the Felix with nice windbreaker with the Felix cat.
I do endorse the big cat, Felix Chevrolet.
I love that.
So I'm going to make this quick. I was at lunch with Tommy Lamb when I saw that John commented on our phone situation. So I just want to say this. We actually haven't paid the bill in 4 years.
Wow.
So the line was never transferred. It was never transferred from the Walt Disney Company to GKB. So Disney didn't pay it. GKB didn't know about it. So after 4 years, they finally shut it off. So we'll just take the $50,000 out of Ireland's pay for this week.
That really speaks, by the way, to the power of Disney that they could go 4 years without paying a bill, and it took this long before the company said enough.
That's extraordinary.
Yeah. So it's paid now.
If I go 4 years without,
it's a big delay. It'll get paid. It's paid, and hopefully the 877-710-ESPN will be back up in a few days.
That's good. I can't tell.
But it's not as of now.
It's not as of now. No, I think it takes the phone company to back up 4 years of payments. I think it takes a while.
We should have had Jacob and Ronnie on this because remember he got that phone number, the 345-6789, and that's not easy to get.
I don't know if we would invest that many figures into the
No,
phone.
I just meant have Jacob be your
That's
intermediary.
That's an expensive number.
I'm just saying if you had Jacob get involved with this, I feel like he could have gotten this process going faster. We would already have the 877 37.
So I saw a lot of tweets. I did not. It's not my responsibility necessarily to pay the phone bill. Nobody did it on purpose.
Sure.
It just got lost in the many shuffles of the Walt Disney Company. So there you go. All right.
I don't think anyone blamed you for not paying the phone bill, although it wouldn't surprise me.
No, they
if
really
that's
were
part of
blaming
your
Bergman.
duties. You do everything else at the station.
Well, I think Bergman and I both took heat for it. So I just wanted to set the record straight. And now I'm going to go home. So no more of me on the air live for today. So how about that?
Wow. That's a big admission by you. Are you sure you're going to be able to sleep?
I think so. I think I'll make it through until 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
All right, Chris, we'll be listening. Coming up next, Fast Track, ESPN LA.
DeMarco and Travis have taken over Afternoon Drive. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m.
Had some fried pickles.
Oh, those are good.
Oh, DeMarco.
Fried pickles?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, those are good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Are you dipping them?
The little Chipotle ranch on the side.
Okay, now you're talking.
Just unbelievable.
Like
just,
spears?
No, chips.
Fried chips. So
fried pickle chips.
Fried pickle
like
chips.
the kind you put on a burger?
Like coins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one biters. Just boop, boop, boop.
One word description on how it tastes.
Salty and awesome. That's not one word, but that's what I'm going with.
Have you had fried pickles?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
That
Wait,
sounds-
you've never had them?
Never. I would never order fried pickles.
Oh, they're so good.
No, that sounds like pregnancy food.
Dip them in ranch?
You can fry anything and it's going to be
This is
good,
true.
but
Yeah.
a salty
Exactly.
pickle is next level.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis. Weekdays at 3 on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737. 800-606-8737.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And it is 2 p.m. in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland.
It is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
The return of Fast Track, driven by our friends at Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
Down low is 350Q, 3.25 horsepower, 4-speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plane manifold, and race cams.
Fast Track on Mason in Ireland.
Time for Fast Track. Take it away, Mace.
Zoom, man.
All right, no Mace today, but Emily is here. Zoom, Em.
All right, and before I get to my Fast Track, I do want to say that UCLA complaining about that's loser talk. Only losers complain about another team scoring on them, so don't be a loser and don't complain about that. So,
Amen.
Yep.
I came across this clip from Hard Knocks in season. So they're doing the NFC East. So they were in on a meeting with the Commanders and it involved Bobby Wagner. And he was talking about how he just didn't understand how plain TVs work. Anyway, I'm going to have him explain it to you. Here's this clip.
You seen The Martian, where he gets stuck in space? You know, that's the only movie I've watched with no sound. And I watched the whole movie.
You just had subtitles?
I have nothing, bro.
What?
I made up my own, like, just what I thought was going on.
Was there a reason why you did that?
No. I was on an airplane, and you know how I missed the part where they said...
That makes sense when you watch.
Pass you out the headphones. So I don't have the headphones that stick into the thing. So the lady next to me was, like, had just started the movie, so I was watching it, and I just saw crazy going on. And I low-key watched the whole movie. And it was interesting.
So in the 2 hours that you watched that movie, did no flight attendant come ask you on some headphones?
Well, I don't know if she knew. I don't even think I was supposed to be watching the movie. It wasn't on my screen. It was somebody else's screen. So I didn't want her to know that I was looking at her screen. So I was just kind of like looking like this. But it was a good movie. And I've always said to myself, man, I need to watch that movie with sound.
So now, should Matt Damon set up a screening with Bobby Wagner? And 2, do you care if someone's watching your screen on a plane?
I only
no. If I'm watching something, I don't mind if you're sitting next to me and you're watching over my shoulder. I don't care.
I don't care if you're watching my screen. Just make sure you're doing it at a distance. Like, if say if you're behind me, whatever, I'm never going to know. But if you're next to me, you can watch, but make sure you're maintaining your personal space and personal boundaries, and you're not all of a sudden having your head lurch into my area. Like, we need to observe the invisible walls. But if you can watch my screen while minding the invisible walls, I'm fine.
Fast track.
I'm trying to. Go ahead, Brian.
All right, so in the studio here, we got on MLB Network for their special presentation today of Shohei Ohtani Day, 1/7/17. And it started at 6 o'clock, and I think it's going for another 2 hours here. All his greatest performances, original new segments all about Ohtani. The Best of Shohei highlight, that's like a 2-hour-long highlight. Is there any other athlete that could control a TV station for a day like Ohtani, or is this one of a kind? Nobody else could do this.
Andy, I think in terms of active players, maybe Steph. You think you could do like NBA TV could do a day of Steph Curry? Would that fly? Or LeBron? Maybe?
I was going to say both those guys, because they've played long enough and have those type of highlights and enough championships and stuff like that. I think the difference between Steph and LeBron versus Shohei is Shohei feels newer now because it's only been a couple years where he's been playing on a team with any relevance. So even though Ohtani had been in the majors for several years, there's a newness to him that you don't have with LeBron and Steph. But could you find a day's worth of highlights for either one of those guys? Absolutely.
I was trying to think, based kind of, Brian, going with your theme. If the Dodgers win it again this year, would Shohei Ohtani be the greatest free agent signing in team sports history? Right now, that's probably LeBron when he went to Miami. Remember, he went to Miami, they won. But if Shohei wins the title with the Dodgers this coming season, that would mean 3 years in L.A., 3 World Series titles. That make him the greatest free agent signing ever?
And 3 MVPs, potentially.
Right.
It's pretty great. I mean,
think of anybody better.
I was going to say, like Shaq, eventually you ended up winning 3 in a row, got to 4 finals in 5 years, but he had been with the Lakers for 4 years before the title. So if you're going to weigh in immediacy, like with Ohtani, it was right out of the gate. You could also argue, though, Ohtani joined a stacked team. It's not like he was carrying the Dodgers. The Dodgers were already really good and had already won a World Series a few years before Ohtani. So that's why I think the Shaq comp can still work.
Okay, hey, before we take a break, Emily, I need you to explain something to me. This Disney Channel alumni mom text group thing sounds like something that's right up my alley.
Yes, it is.
It is a bunch of attractive young moms, people like Mandy Moore and Hillary Duff and Ashley Tisdale, and they're feuding publicly over a mom text group. Can you explain it to me?
Yes, I can attempt to explain this to you. So, Meghan Trainor is also in this group, and those are the biggest celebrity names. But there's also a lot of high-profile, highly successful women who run businesses and stuff in this mom group. So this is a highly successful, highly motivated mom group, and they've all posted together. Okay. They're highly active on social media. So then Ashley Tisdale over the weekend went to Right in the Cut, which is a publication that will sign off on any celebrity wanting to air their grievances. So she writes in the Cut that she's quitting her toxic mom group. And so she described their toxicity as, quote, end of the table energy. So at dinners, she and another mom would be at the end of the table always. They would be far away from the center of conversation. And I think you can always tell the energy of a room or energy of a group by how the tables are organized. The kind of quote unquote leaders are always in the center, and then peripheries maybe are less connected or less beloved in that group. that there was quote unquote like social snooping, that she saw that they were posting at places she wasn't invited to. They were doing things without her, and that she has also experienced another woman going through the same thing. That Ashley Tisdale had noticed when she started in the mom group, another woman was being pushed out, and that Ashley was there. So she's seen this all before. She did this in the cut.
So it's like Mean Girls.
A little bit. But here's the other side. So Hillary Duff's husband posted, I think today, a picture, and it was mimicking and mocking Ashley Tisdale's cover in the cut, and it said, when you're the most self-obsessed, tone-deaf person on earth, other moms tend to shift focus to their actual toddlers. So there is potentially a group of people that think that Ashley Tisdale, there was a reason why she was being pushed out. Ashley Tisdale feels like it's without any merit, but to put it out there is basically like throwing a grenade in a room and then complaining why it went off. So I think Ashley's probably in the wrong for putting this all out in public, but I think I probably side on Mandy Moore and Hillary Duff on this one.
All right, so Andy, tell me if I'm wrong here. This is something that's uniquely female. If you and I were in a text group and you kicked me out of the text group for whatever reason, I wouldn't spend more than 5 seconds thinking about it. I would just say, oh, I'm out of that text group. I'm moving on with my life. Do you agree? Like, men, I don't think would react the way that women, and this story's gone viral. It's huge. But it seems like it's uniquely female. Agree or disagree?
To a point, I do agree with you. Like, I think there are men who would be bothered by getting kicked out of or removed from a group text chain, like particularly if it's one that's been going for a while. If nothing else, you're like, wait, these guys are supposed to be my friends? Like, why am I removed from this thing? If nothing else, I want to know why. The difference, though, I would say between men and women generally with this situation is I don't think the men would find the same need to be public about it and to put it out there for everybody to weigh in. That's what I think the difference is. Also, I am totally confused by this story. I cannot follow what happened at all.
I can send you a TikTok. But, John, I think this is all Ashley Tisdale setting up to be on the Real Housewives of something. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, of L.A., of something. Don't you think, John?
I didn't think about that, and now I think you've discovered it. Yeah, this is what that.
So in that
she's fucking for a new gig.
So in that sense, Ashley Tisdale is actually grenading her old friends with a purpose behind it. Like, she's decided they're going to be my sacrifice in order to join the world of Bravo.
To the god of Andy Cohen.
Right, exactly. To join Bravo, this is my necessary sacrifice.
Because she needs money.
She might.
But yeah, I've been very interested.
Okay, coming up next, more Fast Track. Yeah, to me, it seems like it's right up my alley, but I don't understand what they're fighting over. All right, more Fast Track coming up next. Game of Games today. It's my game, and I think it favors Andy, but I'm not sure.
Love that.
We'll get into that in about 20 minutes. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
It is Fast Track on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, driven by Cerritos Auto Square.
It is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
More Fast Track next.
What's good? It's your boy, Producer D, DeAndre Hawkins from the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show. And I've been lucky enough to host Lakers Talk Daily on our ESPN LA YouTube channel for the last year. But big news, starting Thursday at 11 a.m., a new era of Lakers Talk Daily. Now, all the way live. That's right, baby. Each weekday at 11 a.m., we're talking purple and gold live on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. I'm a ball knower, and I'll be ready to talk Lakers with you every day, starting Thursday Lakers Talk Daily, live at 11 a.m. on the ESPN LA YouTube channel. For all you ball knowers, come support your boy, and I'll talk to you on Thursday.
When life hits hard and you need a championship-winning team on your side, like Normand Legal and Joseph S. Normand, proud partners of ESPN LA for over 15 years. If you've been in an accident, don't face it alone. Normand Legal goes full throttle, tackling every obstacle and fighting to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Just like the best teams in LA, they've helped thousands recover millions in settlements and verdicts. Call 213-747-1234. That's 213-747-1234 or visit NormandLegal.com. Normand Legal, the winning team fighting for you.
Park Party Play. This wild card weekend, the playoffs coming live at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers, Sua Cravens, and me, Chris Morales, for the ultimate ESPN LA Rams watch party. The ESPN LA crew will be broadcasting live starting at 11:30 a.m. with the pregame, halftime, and postgame shows right from Hollywood Park Casino this Saturday, January 10th. Cheer on our Rams, soak in the excitement, and win exclusive prizes. Hollywood Park Casino, LA's hottest card room, and the only place to party and play 24/7. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Rich Eisen here. LinkedIn Jobs is stepping things up with their new AI assistant so you can feel confident you're finding top talent. Get this. Employees hired through LinkedIn are 30% more likely to stick around for at least a year compared to those hired through the leading competitor. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. And promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Fast Track.
And it is Fast Track on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the all-new ESPN LA app, 7:10 a.m. and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Fast Track now back in the 2 p.m. hour on Mason and Ireland, driven by Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com. Once again, back to Fast Track and back to Mason and Ireland on 710.
Zoom, Em.
All right. So I know that this will please my dad. My dad is a big hater of announcers because he thinks they're always against his team. But Peacock has announced that they will have a feature that changes for subscribers to potentially be able to mute announcers and change crowd noise levels during their broadcast. So basically, you can be your own soundboard of what you want to hear during a broadcast. Do you think this is a good or a bad thing? John?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I think that some people, like, when I got the Laker job, people told me, and they were right, people I respect say, you're going to hear from people all year. Some are going to think you're great. Some are going to think you are the worst announcer in the history of the medium. And most people fall somewhere in the middle. And boy, were they right. Every game. So the trick is try and not get too high or not get too low, because if somebody calls and says you're their favorite announcer, you're great, I love you, I listen to you all the time, within 5 minutes you'll get another one that says you are the worst announcer ever. How did you get this job? When are they going to fire you? So I think since announcing is subjective, I think this is a good idea. And Andy, the first thing that popped into my head was, this is good news for any aspiring announcer who wants to make a tape. Because if you can turn off the other announcers and just have crowd noise, all you got to do is plug in a tape recorder or plug it or turn on the recorder on your phone, and it'll sound like you're at a game and you can call the game.
Absolutely.
So I think this is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great demo opportunity for aspiring sportcasters. And to your point, you are 100% correct about you will never please everybody. It was one of the lessons I learned early in this career. And I remember the moment that I truly realized this when I was covering the Lakers for the LA Times. And I started my brother Brian and I used to do the Lakers blog. And I remember there was a post where all the comments were about how just transparent it was that I hate Kobe. And my God, you're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's so ridiculous. John, the topic of this post was why I think Kobe should be MVP. In a post about why I think Kobe should be MVP, the majority of comments were, my God, could you make it any more obvious how much you hate Kobe? And that's when I realized, stop even caring what people think. Just do what you think is a good job. That's ultimately all you can do.
I remember when our friend Tom Hofarth was writing for the LA Daily News, he used to do a reader poll of pick your favorite announcers.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like who's the best, who's the worst, that type of thing. And what astounded me about it was that, you know, the usual suspects were at the top. Vin Scully, Chick Hearn, Dick Enberg. But there were people that voted them, that, think about this, voted Vin Scully or Chick Hearn the worst announcer in Los Angeles. The worst announcer in Los Angeles. I mean, people were completely oblivious to the fact that they were living in sportscaster heaven. We were having every game called by a Hall of Famer. If you listen to the Kings or watch the Kings, you had Bob Miller. With the Dodgers, you had Vin. With the Lakers, you had Chick. You had Angels, you had Dick Enberg. I mean, you were just, it was set up so you could listen to the best in the business, and people still hated him. So it's what Mike Mason says. Everybody hates everything, you know, and eventually some of that stuff will rise to the top. But actually, Emily, I think that's a good thing, and I like it. BC, what do you got?
Fast track.
All right, so Josh Allen this last weekend extended his starting games for regular season and playoffs to 135 straight games he has played. This is where it gets a little caveat, kind of grinds my gears here. So last year, week 18.
Years.
Yeah. This year, week 18, one snap. First snap of the game, handoff, out the game. Didn't throw, didn't drop back. Should he still be considered here for the starting streak? Or this is, you know, kind of putting a damper on the Iron Man?
I have no problem with it. AC Green used to do that too. AC Green, who has the long streak, like a couple of times, like had a broken jaw, and he would suit up and play like the first 3 minutes, just to keep his streak alive. I think the streak, Andy, is an indication that you were prepared to play for every game of your career. There's one player in the NBA who might, I don't think he's going to get there, who might challenge AC Green, who had over 1,100 consecutive games played. It's Miles Bridges of the Knicks.
Mikal Bridges.
He's never missed a game in high school. Mikal, thank you. Has never missed a game in high school, never missed a game in college at Villanova, and has never missed a game in the pros. He's played for 2 or 3 different teams in the pros. I think he was in Brooklyn. I think he was in Phoenix. Now he's in New York with the Knicks. And if Josh Allen wants to take, as long as he's dressed and he takes one snap, and if they want to rest him, I think that's a fair compromise because, you know, if it was up to Josh Allen, he would have played in the game. What do you think?
If I were Josh Allen, it would bother me if the streak was maintained that way. Like, I would want to play a quarter. Like, I'm not talking about whether others should consider it legitimate. I'm saying if I were Josh Allen, it would feel to me like it was cheapened if I only took a snap. If I only took a snap, I might as well just end the thing. So if it were me, I would not be okay with it. I'm not telling other people how to feel about it. I'm saying is how I would feel.
Brian, you're with Andy on this?
I am. Even if he did the first drive and they went 3 and out, but, you know, just the first drive. I don't know. There's something about the one play. Like, give me the first drive.
One snap's kind of weird.
Emily, what do you think?
I think it shouldn't count. I think you have to do more than one play. I think you should play at least a quarter for it to count as a start.
All right, those are all legit arguments. I just think Josh Allen would have played the whole game if it was up to him. The coaches just kneecapped him. And we now, Andy, as you know, we now live in this era of load management where a lot of times, like, for example, if LeBron and Wemby, who are both And LeBron hasn't played in a back-to-back all year. They don't play Wemby in back-to-backs when he's injured and he's coming off of an injury. If they don't play, I don't think it's because they decided not to play. I think it's the teams decided to play it safe.
Well, see, if I'm Josh Allen.
And so that's why I wouldn't hold it against Josh Allen.
This is my thing. If I'm Josh Allen, I know I'm only going to play one snap. Just deactivate him and, make it so we did not activate him. The choice was ours. It's not his. If you're only going to play him one snap.
Would that keep the streak alive?
Yeah, because he wasn't active. He wasn't actually active for the game. And then also it becomes obvious this was we're resting the whole team. It should really only matter if you play when the games count. If there's no stakes to the game, there's really no need for Josh Allen to play, particularly in a sport like football that's so violent where injuries can occur that easily. Just don't activate him.
By the way, have any of the three of you ever heard a podcast called The Rumor?
No.
Don't think so.
Okay. So there's a podcast, and it's called The Rumor. It is super interesting, and they deep dive this, and they interview all of the principals. The rumor is that during Cal Ripken's consecutive game streak played in Baltimore, there was a night where they canceled a game due to a power outage. And the rumor was that Kevin Costner was visiting the Ripkens. Cal left to go to the game. He forgot something. He went back to the house and found Kevin Costner in bed with Cal Ripken's wife. Her name was Kelly. They're not married anymore, but this isn't why they broke up. And Ripken addresses the rumor. He goes, yeah. He goes, it's 100% false. Costner addresses the rumor. He goes, 100% false. But there are many, many people in Baltimore that believe it's true. So these two guys go on it's 6 episodes, and they go on a deep dive examining every angle of the rumor. Could it be, I won't ruin it in case you guys want to listen to it, could it be true? Is it completely an urban legend? Is it completely made up? The fact that they got these guys on the record talking about it was pretty amazing. And so if you ever want to go down that rabbit hole, just wherever you get your podcast, type in The Rumor, and you can listen to it. But it's really interesting.
It's like the Zapruder film of gossip.
Or the Mythbusters of gossip.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so these guys go, they talk about, okay, if you were going to do a power outage, how would you do it? Which cable would you cut? They get some guy from the power company going, there's no way one person could have done this. It's impossible. And another person from the power company says, one person can do it. I've done it before. And so you get all the angles of it. It's a really interesting podcast. Hey, before we break, Em, did we put that Chris Canny sound in?
We do have the Chris Canny sound.
Okay, so we'll do that next. Chris Canny has an interesting take about kickers and how he feels they are overly valued in football. We'll do that, as well as there's a quarterback at Washington who tried to go back into the transfer portal, and Washington is saying they're not going to let him. They have a signed NIL deal with this kid. They're under no obligation to let him go, and they're going to play hardball with him. We'll get into that, too. Game of Games coming up in about 10 minutes. Mason and Ireland, Andy and for Mace, ESPN LA.
Sedano and Cap have taken over Morning Drive, and the Cappy Lappy has taken over Crypto.com Arena.
Is the Cappy Lappy out? Is the video out?
It was a good one. The best part
I couldn't believe it was my first Cappy Lappy. I got to be honest with you.
We're walking down the baseline, and there's this really beautiful woman. I mean, drop dead crazy gorgeous. And she's sitting with a guy, and she's got on a giant diamond ring. We're like, hey, how you doing? And then she's like, wait, don't go anywhere. Can I take a picture with you? And I'm like, wait, you want to take a picture with me? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, this is so hot. She and I hooked it up. We took a picture. Then everybody was stopping us. Everybody wanted to get in on the Cappy Lappy. This thing has caught fire.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap every weekday morning starting at 7 on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube.
Get ready, SoCal.
Hard Rock Casino Tejon is kicking off the new year in high gear. Unity by Hard Rock members can earn entries all January long for the $500,000 Drive the Dream Corvette giveaway just by using their card. Join us every Thursday in January for your chance to win big, including $30,000 in free play each week. Start the year with more excitement and more ways to win. Details at casino.hardrock.com/Tejon. Hard Rock Casino Tejon. This is how SoCal plays.
Empower.
After wanting one for years, Kevin is finally enjoying his new hot tub.
This is the life.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so now he could be a little bad.
Oh, no, not my phone.
Oh, Kevin. Kevin's phone may be in hot water, but his finances aren't. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Talk about stepping up! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Thinking about selling your home? Seller's Advantage makes it easy. No agents, commissions, open houses, or costly repairs. They'll give you a fair cash offer with no surprises. One seller said, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was faster, easier, and more rewarding than listing my house. The offer matched my expectations, and the process was stress-free." Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the
Mason and Ireland. Emily, do you know who's singing this song?
Of course, I suggested it. It's Carole King.
Carole King is one of the most underrated performers of all time. If you're my age, she's not underrated. Everybody knows who she is. But most people your age don't know who she is. Did your parents introduce you to her?
Yeah, this is my favorite album, Tapestry. My mom's favorite album. She and I listened to it a lot over the break. I love Carole King.
You know what's funny?
For years. Oh, I'm sorry, Andy. Go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick. During presidential election season or whatever, you can just get inundated with constant emails and texts, and it's super annoying. And no matter how many stop you
Did
send,
yours say, "Hey, it's Carole King reaching out to you"?
And every time I get one from Carole King, I find it delightful. My heart melts that Carole King is spam emailing me. It makes me very, very happy. Everyone else, stop it. Carole King, I love it.
The album that Emily mentioned, Tapestry, for years, I think right up until the time that Michael Jackson released Thriller in the 80s, Tapestry was the best album ever made, and was the best-selling album ever made. And then I think Michael Jackson blew it out of the water with Thriller, and then Springsteen came up with Born to Run, and then the whole genre changed. But
it's in the top 10 for sure.
Carole King. Yeah, Carole King, and that album that M's talking about, if it's one of these albums that you just put it on start to finish and it'll blow you away.
It's really good.
Every song is a hit.
It's really
Every
good.
song. Okay, so Chris Canty is one of the hosts of Unsportsmanlike, our morning show, along with Evan Cohen and Michelle Smallman. If you're like me and you don't sleep and you're up super early, that's the show that's on before the Chris Morales morning show. And the Chris Canty is a former NFL player. And he was thinking about all these games that have been decided by kickers. John Harbaugh probably was fired because his kicker missed a field goal. There were field goals that swung divisions, swung conferences, swung games. And Canty has a take on kickers that I thought was interesting. Here it is.
Ball game last night. That was a disgusting football game last night.
Okay.
Yuck.
It's not well.
Now y'all understand why I feel the way I feel about kickers. They're not football players, and they're barely even people.
I knew that you were going to hate the outcome of that game because of the kicking.
They were given a gift. Smalls, Chris Boswell botches the extra point, opens the door, and then Isaiah Likely makes a hell of a play on 4th and 7, comes down with it. And Tyler Loop, after going the entire season not missing a field goal within 50 yards, pushes it right. Absolutely terrible way to lose a ball game. Disgusted.
I disagree with Chris. I like kickers, Andy, and here's why. I think a football game, you can compare it to a round of golf. If you can hit the ball really well off the tee and your irons are dialed in, but you can't putt, you're not winning any tournaments. You need to have a complete game. I think the kickers in football games are almost like putting in golf. It's obviously not a power thing. It's obviously not something that you need to be overly physical, but you need precision, and you better be good at it. And because of that, I think kickers are an important part of the game. I know there are some people that want to completely eliminate kickers. Where do you come down on the kicker argument?
First of all, I know he's part of our programming. I know he's part of the Good Karma Brands family. But I dare Chris Canty to say this to Scott Kaplan's face, that kickers don't count, that kickers are less than. I dare you, Chris Canty, to come on with Sedano and Cap and say that directly to Scott Kaplan's face. Challenge put out there for you. No, kickers are an exciting part of the game, man. Like, it is exciting when you are down to a final kick in the last couple seconds. Also, there's so much pressure on those kickers.
It's like PKs in soccer.
Well, it's all you can do as a kicker. For the most part, what people really remember is when you screw up. Like, there are so many kickers that have game-winning field goals. They'll kick like 55, 60 yards, but you mess up that one time, and everyone remembers it forever. It's a really high-pressure gig.
BC, are you okay with kickers, or would you get rid of them?
As somebody as a fan of one of the most accurate kickers of all time, Dicker, I love him.
Small sample size.
Yeah, I like them. I think they. Emily, would you keep the kickers as is or get rid of them?
I like kickers as is. I think it does. I mean, my kicker missed the field goal. I thought they were going to lose that game. I was accepting it, and then the other.
Yeah, Em's a Steelers fan.
But no, I think it's like PKs in soccer. It's part of the whole thing. It's part of the maddening part about the sport.
Okay, let me get this in before we go to Game of Games. Washington, the University of Washington, has a quarterback named DeMond Williams. He's a really good player. Last week, he put pen to paper on a name, image, and likeness deal in the mid $4 million a year range. That's near the top of the market. Mysteriously, Andy, yesterday, DeMond Williams said he's entering the transfer portal, and not surprisingly, the rumor is he's going to LSU, that Lane Kiffin delivered him a big bag of money, and that he's going to leave Washington and go to LSU. What makes this story different is that Washington says they're not letting him out. That's their right. They don't have to release him because he signed the NIL deal, and they're going to hold him to it. And Washington is not obligated to put him in the portal or otherwise assist or facilitate Williams' transfer to another college. Now, most of the time, schools will do it. If you don't want to play for me, and then I don't want you. But Washington looks like they're going to hold his feet to the fire and make him play at Washington or not let him play anywhere else. What do you think about what Washington is doing?
First of all, anything that derails Lane Kiffin's plans, I'm all for. So in that sense, I'm siding with Washington alone. Anything that makes that smarmy guy slightly less smarmy, cool with it. But I actually am okay with this also because I'm in favor of players getting paid. I'm in favor of NIL. I think something like this has been long overdue. But I also think contracts and more of this stuff being formally laid out and figured out is what's going to keep this thing from being less chaotic. Because I think the problem with the NIL world that we live in now, it's not that the players have more power, they deserve more power. It's with these deals, if there's no enforcement, if there's no stability, if people can constantly leave whenever they want, it starts becoming chaotic in ways that I think actually hurt the enjoyment factor and the investment factor in college sports. Something like this, while it may suck for that quarterback, if there is more stability and these guys have to honor NIL deals longer, I think in the long run it will help college sports while these guys still get paid.
So if this guy, and I don't know the answer to this, I'm thinking out loud here. If this guy, Damon Williams, says, look, guys, I'm leaving. I'm going to another school. And they say, no, you're not. We have a signed agreement with you, and you're either going to play here or you're not playing for anybody. And then Williams says, okay, then I'll just go, I'll sit out a year and I'll move in a year. Do they still have to pay him? Does Washington still have to pay him the $4 million if he doesn't play?
I think it would depend on the language.
They're holding him to the contract.
Well, I think it would depend on the language of the contract. If I would assume that these NIL deals are some form of services rendered, and if you are not rendering that service for reasons other than being injured, I would think you're in breach of contract.
Or LSU could pay that. Could pay it off. Like, say if they the contract's voided or something, they could pay it off.
Well, you'd have to agree to it, though, if you're Washington.
Right.
Yeah, Washington is it has the con here. Michael, I brought this up with Michael on the bus last night, and he said, why would you want a player who doesn't want you? And especially a position as important as quarterback. If he doesn't want to be there and doesn't want to play for you, get rid of him. Good riddance. It's the same concept that Mississippi blew Lane Kiffin out as soon as they found out he wanted to go to LSU. They said, well, then we don't want you coaching our team.
I guess, but the difference is they can't really hold Lane Kiffin there. Like I feel like if you have to look at who are the players that they passed up, who did they not bring into their program because this guy had an NIL deal with them to play quarterback. They were counting on him being there. They made plans around it. In the same way, by the way, that I always felt that players deserved more power because their coaches were always able to bail on them after recruiting them at the drop of a hat. And then all of a sudden those players were left in chaos. Like I feel like the biggest problem right now in the NIL transfer portal era is there's too much chaos. Again, it's not that the players are getting paid. I think it's great that they are. But we need to cut down on some of the chaos. And I think if enforcing NILs becomes something that cuts down on some of that chaos, I think in the long run, it's better for the sport.
I'm glad they're doing it because I want to see how it plays out. I want to see if this helps, to use your phrase, control some of the chaos. Mm-hmm. It's the Wild West. It's out of control. I think these guys all should be in signed contracts. And if you're not going to honor your contract, then you shouldn't be able to play. So I tend to agree with what Washington's doing. All right, coming up next is Game of Games. It's my game today, and we'll play it next. First, let me tell you about National University. You hear me talk about these guys all the time. They are veteran-focused and veteran-founded. Born and built in Southern California, NU has more than 150 degree programs, credentials, and certificates. So if you're somebody who's a veteran or you have a military background and you've always wanted to get a college degree and you think, well, I just don't have time, National University is for you. They believe in people that they call Anders, somebody that has a job and a family and a school. They know you are trying to do multiple things, so they make it achievable. 4 and 8 week online courses. You want to take this course at 2 a.m, you can. Generous transfer credit policy. Millions handed out in scholarships last year. Here's the bottom line. If you've always wanted to get a college degree, but you didn't think you had time or you didn't think you had the money, you've got to check out National University. Go to their website, nu.edu. That'll answer any questions that you have. I've met all these guys personally. They're very good at their jobs. They're very proud to be working for a veteran-focused, veteran-founded organization, and National University is there every step of the way. Whole team support, professors, advisors, and resources all working for you. So go to that website. Check them out today. nu.edu. Again, that's nu.edu, National University. Mason and Ireland, Game of Games next, ESPN LA.
The DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show is going electric. Well, at least Travis is.
We got our e-bikes.
You did?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got pictures?
No, but I rode it again today. It's awesome, DeMarco.
Fat tires?
Fat tires.
Okay,
How
nice.
fast does it go? The top speed on these bikes is almost 30 miles an hour.
Oh, you're moving.
It's great. From my garage door, I can be down at the beach in 10 minutes.
Snap.
On this bike.
There you go. I like
It's
it.
Awesome. And it has an insulated cooler bag on it.
Oh, look at you. I knew it.
I'm just throwing it out there that if you had something that you'd like to keep cold, I got a bag for it.
We should get him a license plate. Like a personalized license plate to hang off the
Sweet
back.
tea.
Yes.
I like Put it that. On there.
And a horn.
It has a bell.
It has a bell?
It has a bell.
I need a horn, though.
From the latest sports talk to fun e-bike adventures, it's the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show. Weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on ESPN LA.
Let's see here. Good times for mac and cheese. Slip a Wahlburger in there. Cielo for a steak and some vino. Gotta grab a boba from Mosin. Pink coffee for dessert. Yep, that settles it. Can't start my diet until 2027. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo. You want to. The holidays are over. Now it's time to have fun. Get in the car. Head to Morongo. Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Rich Eisen here. Hiring for your small business can feel like a full-time job, but LinkedIn Jobs AI Assistant takes the heavy lifting out of it. It filters applicants based on the criteria you set and suggests 25 great fit candidates daily so you can invite them to apply and keep things moving. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI Assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
I'm a babyface and John's a heel.
John's not a heel.
Exactly. John's the heel.
Mr. 1%'s a heel.
He's a heel.
Well, I'm Mr. 1% and I own it.
Back to Steve Mason and John Ireland.
All right, it is time for Game of Games. It is my game today. We have 4 players, Brian Cohen, Emily Hebel, Andy Kamenetsky, and we welcome the host of the Lakers pre- and post-game show, Beto Duran, to the program. Hi, Beto. How are you?
Hello, John. Always good to hear from you.
Okay, so Beto and I will be working the
delay,
game tonight,
huh?
which for some reason... Yeah, a little bit.
Really at 3.46 seconds.
All right.
Yeah. We've managed to make it this far. Okay, so here's the game. The college football playoffs continue tomorrow night. So I'm bringing back the alumni game. I changed it a little to make things easier. I'm going to give you the names of 3 famous people that all went to the same college. Then I'll give you a choice of schools. You tell me what school did they go to. For example, if I was to say Andy Kamenetsky, Keyshawn Johnson, Matt Leinart, the answer would be USC. All right? So here we go.
I think Beto's gonna smack.
Question 1. James Earl Jones, Madonna, and Lucy Liu. Did they all go to A, Michigan, B, Missouri, or C, Minnesota? Brian, Michigan, Missouri, or Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Emily.
Minnesota.
Andy.
Michigan.
Beto.
I'm going to go Missouri.
The answer is Michigan.
Yeah.
Andy Kamenetsky is on
There
the
you
board.
go.
Madonna's from Michigan.
I didn't even know she went to college.
Yeah, so that's
I didn't either.
the one that did it. All right, here's the next one. Laura Rutledge, Chris Collinsworth, and Hal Steinbrenner, the Yankees owner, all went to A, NYU, B, Florida, C, Georgia. Emily, NYU, Florida, or Georgia?
Georgia.
Andy.
Florida?
Beto.
Gators.
Brian.
Florida.
Florida is the correct
Yeah.
answer.
All right,
Andy
let's
has
go.
2. Beto 1. Brian 1. And
Go,
Emily alive
BC.
for lucky
Let's
loser.
work together, BC. Come on.
Okay. Andy, this one coming to you. Condoleezza Rice, Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett, and Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg all went to A, Harvard, B, Notre Dame, C, Boston College. Condoleezza Rice, Amy Coney Barrett, Pete Buttigieg, Harvard, Notre Dame, or Boston College. Andy.
Well, I really don't know because I thought Condoleezza Rice went to Stanford.
Well, she worked there.
Notre Dame?
Okay, Beto.
Harvard.
Brian.
Boston College.
Emily.
I know this one, so I don't know if I want to go lucky loser or try to get in.
Get in, girl. Get in.
Well,
Notre
you would
Dame.
only, if you get it right, you would only be 2 behind, and there
No-
are 9 of them.
Notre
so
Dame.
what do you want to go with?
Oh, Notre Dame? Okay.
Notre Dame is the correct answer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Andy is 3 for 3.
Well done, sir.
And
Well
so
done.
right now the score is Andy 3 and everybody else 1. So I'll
Well
start making
done.
Andy go first. Okay, AK. Dolph Lundgren, Keith Jackson.
Whoa, Nelly.
Nelly, Keith
Oh,
Jackson.
beautiful.
And Edward R. Murrow, the CBS newsman who is most famous. Dolph Lundgren, Keith Jackson, and Edward R. Murrow. Okay? Did they all go to Washington State, Northwestern, or Georgia?
Whoa,
Washington State,
Nelly.
Northwestern, or Georgia? Andy.
Little known fact, Dolph Lundgren is like a genius. He's super, super smart. I'm saying Northwestern.
Who, Drago?
Yes. He's really smart.
Okay. Beto, Washington State,
Go to
Northwestern,
me. I know
or
this
Georgia?
one. I know this one. So you want to go to me?
Okay, so wait. All right, so BC, go, you go. Washington State, Northwestern, or Georgia?
Georgia.
And then
Emily.
Northwestern.
Washington State.
Beto.
Washington State.
Washington State is the correct answer. How did you know, Beto? Which one did you know?
I did a paper on Keith Jackson in college.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so the score. Andy 3, Beto 2, Brian 1, Emily 1. All right, AK, back to you. Stuart Scott,
Booyah!
Andy Griffith, Lawrence Taylor.
What?
Did they all go to A, Wake Forest, B, North Carolina, or C, Duke? Wake Forest, North Carolina, or Duke? Andy.
North Carolina.
Beto.
Tar Heels.
Brian.
North Carolina.
Emily.
North Carolina.
You are all correct. Yeah, I thought that might be easy because they just did that 30 for 30 on Stuart Scott.
Yeah.
But yeah, all 3 of those guys were Tar Heels. All right, so Andy 4, Beto 3, Emily 2, Brian 2. All right, Andy. Randy Newman, Laura Dern, Ben Stiller all went to A, USC, B, UCLA, or C, NYU. Randy Newman, Laura Dern, Ben Stiller.
Wait, the composer
USC,
Randy Newman?
UCLA,
Yeah.
or NYU. Andy. The singer.
I am going to say without much confidence, NYU.
All right, Beto, USC, UCLA, or NYU?
UCLA. Because Andy would have said SC if it was him.
Brian.
NYU.
Brian, Emily.
SC.
The correct answer. UCLA, and Beto has tied the game.
Let's go.
I was torn between NYU and UCLA.
I figured the SC alumni would know him.
All right. Andy has 4, Beto has 4, Brian has 2, Emily has 2. Let me see how many are left to see if you guys can go. There are 1, 2, 3 left, so you don't have to go opposite yet. All right, Beto, this one coming to you. Chris Moneymaker, the poker player, Candace Parker, or Reggie White. All 3 of those people went to the same school. Did they go to A, Tennessee, B, UNLV, or C, UConn? Tennessee, UNLV, or UConn? Beto.
The Minister of Defense, right? The Sackmaster, Reggie White. That's the guy, the Eagles.
Yeah. Yep. Tennessee, UNLV, or UConn?
Wait, UConn doesn't have football, so Tennessee.
Okay. By the way, UConn does have football.
Oh, do they?
Jim
Not
Mora
good
has
one.
been their coach. He
Not
just
good
left
football.
to go to Colorado State. Andy, Tennessee, UNLV, or UConn?
Tennessee.
Go ahead.
Tennessee.
All right. Brian.
Tennessee.
Emily.
Dan Orlovsky went to UConn, but yes, Tennessee.
All right, good guess.
True.
Tennessee is the correct answer. And so now
go.
it's Andy 5, Beto 5, Brian 3, Emily 3. Emily and BC, you guys need to go opposite of the leaders if possible. Okay. So, Beto, you went first that time?
Yep.
Andy, this one's coming to you. 2 left. Pat Riley, Ashley Judd, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Did they go to Louisville, Miami, or Kentucky? Louisville, Miami, or Kentucky? Andy.
Kentucky.
Beto.
Kentucky.
M. Got to go either Louisville or Miami.
I know it's wrong, but Louisville.
Brian.
Miami.
Yeah, you guys are out. They sniffed it out. Andy and Beto are now into the final.
Yeah, that was an easy
the
one.
The answer was Kentucky. Okay. All right. Here's the last one, and we have a tiebreaker.
Oh.
All right. Beto, coming to you first. Kourtney Kardashian, Kristen Wiig, Geraldo Rivera. Kourtney Kardashian, Kristen Wiig, Geraldo Rivera. Did they all go to A, USC, B, Texas, or C, Arizona? USC, Texas, or Arizona? Beto.
Spectrum.
Which one's Courtney? That's the one married to the Blink 182
Kourtney
guy?
is the oldest. To Travis Barker, right.
Wait,
USC, Texas, or Arizona?
Arizona.
And Kristen Wiig from SNL. They all went to the same school.
Oh, Arizona.
Okay, Andy.
USC.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner.
Yeah.
And that winner is Beto Duran coming from behind.
Oh, no way. I thought SC because the Kardashians
Yep,
go
they
to
all
USC.
went to U of A.
Oh, wow. Like Mark Cates or
Yeah,
great
Kim
marketing. you
did,
said.
Courtney did, or Courtney went to U of A. Yeah, Mark Cates.
Did anyone
And my buddy
graduate?
Danny Swartz all went to Arizona.
I was thrown off by the idea of a Kardashian.
A lot of them didn't.
Yeah.
Hey, that's an unfair shot. All right. Let's do the tiebreaker just for fun. When you combine online and on-campus enrollment, the current school with the largest student body in the country is Arizona State. Roughly, how many students are currently enrolled at ASU?
Oh my
and that combines online and on campus. All right, so everybody write a number down.
And this counts grad school as well, or just
playing
undergrad?
for fun. Beto's already won. Undergrad.
Undergrad.
Okay. Undergrad, but online and on campus. All right, Andy, what number did you come up with?
58,000.
I put 50.
Okay. Beto.
50.
Emily.
I went way over. I did 110.
Oh, my goodness.
Brian.
85,000.
Emily, you did not go way over. You're the winner. The answer is 158,000
What?
students.
Dang.
Yeah.
All of them communications
Many
majors.
of them online, but 158,000.
Wow.
Right. At the Walter Cronkite School. But well done, Beto.
Let's go.
Hey, Beto, it's all those games Michael's been making you play on the pregame show. It got you ready for this.
Actually, you know what, John, can we ask this question? Emily, you're worldly. Do you know E.F. Hutton?
No.
Yesterday, John and Michael.
I bet you Andy does.
You do?
Well, when E.F. Hutton talks,
Andy,
people
do you
listen.
know? Have you heard of E.F. Hutton?
Yeah, when E.F.
There
Hutton
it is.
talks, people listen.
Brian, had you heard of E.F. Hutton?
Never even heard of that. No.
BC?
Nope.
Yeah, so you got to be a certain age. What I have found with Emily and Brian and Beto, you're kind of a little older than them, but in the same boat, is there's a cutoff year. It's around 1987, 88. If it happened before then, Emily and Brian probably won't know it. If it happened after that, they'll know. And so I think E.F. Hutton, what did we figure out, Beto, that they went away in the 80s?
Yeah, they went away in the 80s. It was
They
a
were
commercial
big in
from the 70s.
60s and 70s, and they went away in the 80s?
Yeah.
They gave financial advice, right?
Yeah.
So that's why.
That's what you get on the Lakers pregame show.
And when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen.
Mm-hmm.
See, and it's coming up again tonight. A late one, though, at the pregame show. Beto, we got a 6. You're coming on at 5, right?
Correct. 5 o'clock, 6:30 tip for you guys.
I think you guys are going 5 to 6:30.
Correct.
All right, coming up next, Super Crosstalk. Travis DeMarco will get in here, ESPN LA.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tonight, the purple and gold invade the Alamo City and come face to face with the Spurs.
Here come the Lakers into the front court, trailing by 2. LeBron attacks the rim, drives to the hoop, lay it up and in.
It's Lakers versus Spurs from San Antonio. Coverage begins tonight at 5 p.m.
The Lake Show lives here. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Time to sell your house? Call Seller's Advantage at 888-450-AS-IS. They will buy your home with a competitive cash offer. No need for repairs. No agents, and you can close in days. 888-450-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Park Party Play. This wild card weekend, the playoffs coming live at Hollywood Park Casino. Join Travis Rogers, Sua Cravens, and me, Chris Morales, for the ultimate ESPN LA Rams watch party. The ESPN LA crew will be broadcasting live starting at 11:30 a.m. with the pregame, halftime, and postgame shows right from Hollywood Park Casino this Saturday, January 10th. Cheer on our Rams, soak in the excitement, and win exclusive prizes. Hollywood Park Casino, LA's hottest card room, and the only place to party and play 24/7. Must be 21 or older. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNLAcontests.com.
That's ESPNLAcontests.com.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get 0% APR for 60 months on the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end February 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Woo! Travis in the studio with us. DeMarco in the studio with us. Beto Duran hanging around. We let John go. He was joining us from San Antonio.
You let him go or you left?
A little bit from column A, a little bit from column B.
And a bust to catch. Yeah.
We told him that, if you want to leave, you can. And then 3.6 seconds later, he said, fine.
If it was any other day.
That's where you missed the dial tone.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have dial tones anymore.
All things being equal and realistic, I think we handled it pretty well.
Nice.
Like, it's not easy to do the 3 to 4 second delay, particularly.
Was it that bad?
Oh, yeah.
Well, especially, too, the time, because we have in front of us how long it is, but the time kept shifting. So in my head, I'm allowing for like 3.5, and all of a sudden I look and it's like 4.
Wow.
Yeah, that was rough. And I only played one game. I don't know how you did the whole show.
You're do what you got to do.
I would have been bitching and complaining.
What's the worst broadcast you've ever been a part of? Like where it was just a disaster, technical disaster.
Oh, technical
That's a
disaster.
really good question.
Yeah.
We did a tour stop at one point when I was working for Rome in Omaha, Nebraska.
Bugahaw, you're right.
Bugahaw, yeah. Damn, but you do go back a ways,
I
don't
told you, I've been a fan of yours since '95.
What's Bugahaw? That's what they called, our listeners called Omaha at the time. It's
Bugahaw. They had their own glossary. They had their own
every
gloss.
city had a derogatory nickname, and that was Omaha's.
I like
Would people drop you a vine from Bugahaw?
They would. They would. And Crapchester.
Yeah,
Which was,
That's beautiful.
That was Rochester, New York. Yeah, every
grab a
city,
vine.
you would grab
What
a
they
vine.
call that city down south? Garbage Gross. That's what they called it. Instead of Garden Grove, it was Garbage Gross.
Okay.
Yeah,
Same idea.
Same thing. Okay, yeah.
We did one from there that was a catastrophe, but it was a little bit easier because Jim was a solo show, right? So he couldn't hear what he needed to hear, but as far as it went out on the air, but as the producer of that was something that landed on my ticket, so that was problematic.
You had a huge facts of the day, huh?
Big
That's
time.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Then we upgraded to emails,
Oh my God!
years
Wow.
later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I had one in Cancun. I was doing a fight where they put the Spanish broadcast in my ears and told me just deal with it. And I'm like, okay.
Just deal with it.
Just go with it.
And they're like, we can't figure out the splitter.
Were you calling the fight?
I was doing the play-by-play in English.
Okay.
On ESPN, and
You got Spanish in your ear?
I had Spanish in my ear, and my director, and the producer, all of it at once. And then finally, I just had to take off. They told me, hey, the guy who's supposed to do the audio isn't showing up.
Just take your IFB out?
So I had the headset like this.
Okay.
So I literally took the headset off, and I just had the microphone up to me like this.
And you're doing the blow by blow.
Blow by blow.
God.
And then the best part is my partner, his headset wasn't working, so we were sharing the microphone.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Wow. See, being a pro.
Production.
And
there
then,
you go.
and then I got fired for complaining from that company.
Oh.
It sounded like a company that one way or another you might have quit anyway, so you just got ahead of it.
Again, paid cash.
Yes.
Which was good.
Right. Up front.
Up front.
Yeah.
Up
I'm
front.
in. Yeah,
There
we
you
will
go.
pay you in cash. I'm in.
I'm in.
We'll worry about the
Thank you very
details
much.
later.
Yes.
I was worried that my shuttle wouldn't arrive because I had a 5 a.m. van to the airport. I was worried because I was complaining, like, dude, this is not right, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn, you know what? I don't know how to get to the airport. Like, this is before the Uber.
This
or
was
whatever.
in L.A.?
Cancun.
Oh, okay.
But not the good part of Cancun. It was like in a bull ring kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the
good
the
part.
beach wasn't by
Not
me.
the tourist part. No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the other Cancun.
I'm trying to think of like an app. I can't think of a technical disaster or anything like that I've ever had.
Not even here?
Not off the top of my head. I can't think of any like true disasters. I do remember though the first time I ever did Spectrum Sportsnet, they I think were very much under the impression that I had done a lot of TV. And I'd done a lot of live TV.
Oh, back when it was Time Warner. When we first
back
started.
when it was Time
Oh
Warner.
my God.
I had never done live TV. But, I'm not going to say no. I want them to use me.
Of course.
But the whole time there's like 5-6 cameras. I'm like, I have no idea which one I'm supposed to look at.
Oh, your heart was pounding.
And again, I think they thought I'd done this so much.
Oh.
He's going to know. Just look for the one with
Look
the light.
for the red light.
Look
yeah.
for the red light. I looked at it. I think over the course of that hour, I looked at every camera at least 10 times.
There
Like
you
you're
go.
addressing a room of
Wow.
people. You're kind of moving down the pecking order.
You know what's different
That's
now? You've done TV recently, right?
You did Good Morning Football. not that long
Yeah,
ago.
Did the cameras have people behind them?
Yes.
Oh.
So now
Well,
it's changing.
The robot ones
they
are
don't.
weird, dude.
Yeah. So
You're right.
now the
Yeah.
TV, the
Yeah.
cameras are there, but there's one person controlling
And it
all.
moves in.
And
Yeah.
you don't know which camera to look at because usually the guy would be, "Hey, over here, fool, dummy, look
Right.
at me." Now
Right
it's
here.
just
Yeah.
they're moving on their own. Like, it's weird. TV
I remember
is
the
different.
first time I ever saw one of the robot cameras. It was at Fred Rogan's show.
That's where I saw
on
it too.
NBC.
Yep.
And
Rogan's Heroes.
Rogan's Heroes.
Yeah.
And you're doing that show, and all of a sudden the cameras start moving, or you're like, what the hell
How
is
does this?
going
How is this
on?
working?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I was
Yes.
like, wait, did they go? Did they go offline, or did they finally rebel?
Skynet is
They're
here.
setting it. They're
jib.
ready to go.
It's
The jib.
freaky.
It is.
Do you
It's
guys remember
unsettling.
TFN?
No, what's that?
It came and went so fast. It came out the same time the NFL Network did.
Oh, this is when you were in Louisiana.
It was 24-hour
Yeah.
football. The same idea, different company. It was run by Nancy Kerrigan's husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Did he have a background in television?
He did. He
Okay.
came. It was a bunch of old TV guys that said, this is a great idea. We're going to try it. And they moved us to Baton Rouge. So
Oh, you were working there.
We were working there.
Okay.
Why Baton Rouge?
Cheap. I have
Okay.
no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. We stayed in the same complex.
Same
that
reason
Shaq lived
anything's in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, this place called the Mansions. He had a place there.
Okay.
It's right outside of LSU. So every day we would show up, things would be missing. Like you said, the sound guy was gone, couldn't pay him. The jib camera left, couldn't pay him. So the last day we show up, they said, look, we're closing down. We only have X amount of money in the bank. So I'm giving you your
First
checks.
one to the bank wins.
Bro, I raced Jerry Glanville down the back road. Down the back road.
Jerry Glanville.
Did he have his cowboy hat on?
Huh?
He had his cowboy hat on?
No,
He
he
had
was
his boots?
You know, he's a NASCAR driver. He can race.
He was in racing. You're
Yes,
right. Yeah,
he kept me behind him for like 50 miles, getting back to the bank. Oh, it was crazy.
Only in Baton Rouge is the bank 50 miles away.
Right.
There's nowhere closer than 50 miles.
No, we were hauling. Oh,
It's
my
called
God.
New Orleans, right? Wow.
Crazy.
Picture the guy looking through the bars at the bank window. Yeah.
Yeah, there we
So
go.
it's like Smokey and the Bandit, but it's you versus Jerry Glanville.
I tried, man. I could not get around him. I could not get
that
around
dog
him
was
at all.
cool. That was a good-looking dog,
Yeah,
man.
man. Awesome. Yeah, I
That's
wanted
hilarious.
I had some questions for John about the Lakers last night. Dang. LeBron looked good. Old man LeBron looked good. My wife asked me four times, how old is LeBron? I'm like, he's 41. He doesn't look like it.
Not last night.
No,
Not
he
last
doesn't
night.
play like it. He's fantastic.
Luka-
He and Luka were great.
They're starting to get a little bit more on-court chemistry.
Yes.
And the reason I think this matters is, A, it means they're playing off each other as opposed to ISO stuff, which in part, that's going to lead to easier shots for LeBron because he's going to be manufacturing few of them for himself. But also, the more those guys look like they're actually running an offense, the more the other guys are going to start feeling like they will be involved.
Or figure out your
because
role.
Right.
Yeah.
It becomes easier to figure out your role and be confident about shots are actually coming if it feels like you're running an actual offense.
Is it playing together, Luka and LeBron, or is it just, I respect you to stay out of your way when you're doing your thing?
No, they know they need each other. That's the thing.
Right, yeah.
Because the other three aren't doing a damn thing most of the time. DeAndre Ayton decides sometimes he wants to play defense. Sometimes he wants
If
to.
only there had been some sort of track record that would
Indication?
indicate such a level of effort.
Like the post-game show yesterday, I was lit, man, because you should not be playing from behind against the worst team in the Western Conference. Ireland saying that during the broadcast, the Lakers are hanging around. Like, wait, you mean the Pelicans are hanging around, right? Usually a team like that who's playing rookies, who's trying to lose, whose oldest player at one point was 25 years old on the floor, you shouldn't be hanging around with them.
Future Laker Trey Murphy III had a really good game.
Yeah, okay.
Herb Jones didn't.
No, yeah, future Laker Herb Jones too. No, those guys are not being traded.
Yeah.
Like, if you're New Orleans, you have young guys under control. They're not, and if you are going to trade them, the Lakers have no assets for them. They're going to ask so many first-round picks. The Lakers have one coming up soon?
I was going to say, I don't think they could do anything like that before the deadline. Maybe in the offseason where they have access to 3 first-round picks, it might be possible. And by then, I think New Orleans will have decided, no, really.
Yeah.
Are we going to keep all these guys together, or are we going to start really leaning into like Derek Green and Jeremiah?
Like, they
Fears?
don't have to right now.
No.
But that's, again, Pelicans talk here. But it's more of, you're looking at it, you're like, people were like, oh, what about, who the hell wants Rui Hachimura right now and a pick? If you have Herb Jones and Trey Murphy. Murphy was on fire last night. Fantastic. But you should not be struggling like this against the worst team in the Western Conference.
Anything in the fourth quarter that's, I mean, they came back like gangbusters. I'm with you.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing for a while, but the way they closed kind of evened it out for me.
The way it closed, because it's LeBron and Luka, and they're going to do it. They're two future Hall of Famers that should always dominate at the end. And Luka hitting that shot and talking trash to the guy on the bench, like, that fan, great. But then also Luka only hit how many 3-pointers?
3.
Hey, bro, whatever you
how many
need.
did he take?
9, I believe.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, Luka.
10. Yes, 10.
It's 10. Okay.
3 for 10. And it was hit. Yeah, Luka's 3-point shooting is trash right now.
No, actually, it's funny. I was talking about this with a friend of mine. I actually think Luka's points per game would go up if he took fewer threes.
Yes.
Because he's not going to take fewer shots.
No.
He would just take fewer threes.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it actually makes sense.
Nothing like a step back contested 3 from Luka.
But it's so pretty, though.
Every
time it leaves his hand, I think it's going in.
Yeah, and then you hear.
Oh, no.
But on the plus side, it totally derails the offense. But like, here's what's seems weird on the surface about these Lakers, but actually makes sense if you watch them every game. It makes total sense that they are undefeated in clutch time because for just 5 minutes, if you've got like Luka and LeBron to run a good offense, which will help you play good defense for 5 minutes, that's believable. It's also believable if you watch them every game. Why, when they lose, it's only by double digits?
They get blown out.
Well, their weaknesses are very exploitable.
It'll be fun tonight if Wemby plays. Young, fast, aggressive team.
I actually think, in
Prepare
a weird
yourself.
way, it's better for the Lakers if Wemby does play. Because remember, we saw the last game when Wemby didn't play. At that point, it's all guards and wings who are going to do nothing other than run and press and whatever. With Wemby, slows down at least a little bit. I actually think, in a weird way, the Lakers specifically match up better
Champagne tonight.
with Wemby.
Champagne. Castle.
Supernova.
What time is it, Andy?
It's time to get the hell
trying to
on
get
out
out
of
of
here.
All right, boys, have a good show.
Super Crosstalk
My
done.
man.
Mason and Ireland done. DeMarco and Travis next. 710 ESPN.
Your Lakers, your season, your home.
Tonight, the purple and gold invade the Alamo City and come face to face with the Spurs.